into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
A very good morning to you, Mzansi. The time now is 6 o'clock here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Let me welcome you to this Thursday, but certainly starting off on a very somber note this morning. Our thoughts and our hearts and our prayers are with the friends and our families in the KZN region as they are affected by yet another storm that has caused such a major flooding and destruction in the area. Now, we this morning are going to be connecting with Kuthle in Johannesburg to find out how citizens in the Johannesburg region can help with aid for those who have been affected. Now, we're also going to be connecting with attorney for the Centre for Environmental Rights, Matome Kappa, about dealing with the flood damage. So we do want you to weigh in on the conversation. We're going to be keeping you informed and updated with what is happening in the KZN region. And one person to do exactly that and keep the conversation going on the socials is the beautiful Zoe Brown. Good morning, Zoe.
Morning, Jamie, and I hope you have had a wonderful start to your morning. Of course, get those coffee cups ready. We have a busy show ahead all the way through till 9 o'clock. Now, speaking of KZN, we know that this past weekend they've been hit with more floods and torrential rain. So for today on social media, we want to know from you, were you affected? We want to hear from you. Please, if you have any pictures or videos that you would love to share, or even voice notes, we have a new WhatsApp line, and that number is 063 408 8863. That number is on your screen right now, as well as on our Good Morning post on Facebook. So please, we are certainly sending our thoughts and prayers with everyone affected. And perhaps if you're not in KZN, I would highly encourage you to check in on your friends and family that's currently there and see if there's any way that you can help. Well, we'll look at all of those photos and comments, and we will be sharing all of that you send with us on the WhatsApp line. And it's time for us to get the morning started. Here's Jamie Lee Domberg with your headlines.
Thank you so much, Zoe. Starting on the national front this morning, the Department of Home Affairs is introducing a self-service system for smart IDs, passports and other documentation. Now, Deputy Minister Njabulo Nzuza said the system is planned for rollout in the 2022-2023 financial year. He said kiosks would be procured that would allow clients to self-service for passports and smart ID applications, as well as reprint birth, marriage and death certificates. Now, the kiosks will be designed in a manner that will require authentication through biometrics and will be located in strategic areas to allow access even after office hours. Then, staying on the local front, 3 men convicted on 12 charges of rhino poaching have been sentenced in the Skukuza Regional Court to a combined 63 years in prison. Now, the sentence has been welcomed by South African national parks. The trio was convicted after an incident in the Stolzneck area of the Kruger National Park in 2017 when rangers heard gunshots and their K9 colleagues led them to a backpack and the suspects. The backpack contained 2 rhino horns and a rifle linked to a rhino carcass found nearby. Now, one of the accused absconded while on bail. Then on the international front, Senegal's president and African Union chairman Macky Sall said yesterday when he visits Russia and Ukraine in the coming weeks, he will push for the unblocking of exports of grains and fertilizer to avoid widespread famine. Now, Sall said Africa is suffering from disruptions in food supply and soaring prices of basic goods and risks disastrous consequences if the situation endures. Nearly half of Africa's 54 countries rely on Russia and Ukraine for wheat imports. Russia is also a major supplier of fertilizer to at least 11 countries. Then U.S. authorities have launched an investigation into the motive for a mass shooting incident at a Texas school yesterday. At least 19 children and 2 teachers died after an 18-year-old armed teenager attacked pupils and teachers at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas. Now, he was shot shortly afterwards by law enforcement officers. Since January, there have been 27 shooting incidents at schools in the U.S., and politicians, meanwhile, have acknowledged that more teenagers and children are dying from shootings than from road accidents. Then finally, two leading Southern African scientists, Professor Tulio de Oliveira and a former PhD student of his, Dr. Sikulile Moyo, have been named in Time magazine's list of 100 individuals who have made the most important contributions to our world in 2022. Now, de Oliveira is being honored for his work in the field of genomics and epidemiology, and one of Moyo's biggest contributions has been in the field of mother-to-child HIV transmission studies, which have had a significant and historic impact in preventing transmission and improving birth outcomes. Now, de Oliveira led the team of researchers and scientists who discovered the Omicron variant of SARS-CoV-2. He also heads Stellenbosch University Center for Epidemic Response and Innovation. De Oliveira will be the keynote speaker at the first Nobel Symposium in Africa at Stellenbosch University, making the institution the first place outside Sweden to host a Nobel Symposium. Moyo is Deputy Laboratory Director at the Botswana Harvard AIDS Institute Partnership, and during his PhD studies, he spent much of his time at Stellenbosch University, where he was a PhD student of de Oliveira's. That being said, that is where I leave your 6 o'clock news headlines. It's time to have a first look at the sports. Here's Uncle Tabiso for that.
Thank you very much, Jamie Lee, and a very good morning to you, South Africa. We take a look at those sports headlines. Soccer, that's where we start. Roma, they won, that's Roma, right? They won their first major European trophy by beating Feyenoord in the inaugural Europa Conference League final in Tirana. Jose Mourinho's first season in charge of the Italians ended with a trophy after Nicolo Zaniolo chested down Gianluca Mancini's lofted pass before beating goalkeeper Justin Bijlow with a clever flick. Mourinho, who has won the Champions League, Europa League and the UEFA Cup, is the first manager to win all of UEFA's major European trophies. And this win also continued the former Chelsea and Manchester United managers' perfect record in European finals, having now overseen 5 wins in 5 finals. And now we look at your cricket updates. Rajat Patidar hit a sublime century as Royal Challengers Bangalore beat Lucknow Super Giants by 14 runs in the Indian Premier League. In the Indian Premier League eliminator, Patidar struck an unbeaten 112 from just 54 balls to help RCB post 207 to 4. Super Giant captain KL Rahul made 79 off 58 in reply, but the IPL newcomers could only total 193 to 6 as Australia fast bowler Josh Hazlewood took 3 to 43. RCB face Rajasthan Royals in the second qualifier on Friday to decide who will join Gujarat Titans in Sunday's final. And in tennis, world number 1 and defending champion Novak Djokovic eased into the French Open third round after seeing off Alex Molcan's 6-2, 6-3 and 7-6. Djokovic fired 10 aces and 40 winners past his 38th ranked opponent and will next face Aljab then for a place in the last 16. Alexander Zverev overcame a woeful start to reach the third round, saving a match point in a 2-6, 4-6, 6-1, 6-2 and 7-5 victory over up-and-coming Sebastian Baez. Carlos Alcaraz Garcia also struggled in his second round-up match-up, eventually overcoming Albert Ramos Vinolas 6-1, 6-7, 5-7, as well as 7-6 and 6-4. There were 2 major upsets in the women's draw, with US Open champion Emma and 4th seed Maria Sakkari both eliminated, and Raducanu lost 3-6, 6-1 and 6-1 to Alexandra Sasnovic, while Sakkari went down 7-6 and 7-6 to Karolina Muchova. In MotoGP, the Finnish MotoGP scheduled for July 10th has been cancelled, citing the geopolitical situation in the region as part of the reason for the cancellation. Now, the race was due to be Finland's very first MotoGP in 40 years, and there have been problems in putting, the finishing touches to the 4.5-kilometer ring track, which is around 100 kilometers northeast of Helsinki and the same distance from the border with Russia. Now, this year's calendar has been reduced to 20 rounds, meaning that riders will have a long break between the Dutch MotoGP on June the 26th and British MotoGP on the 7th of August. Oh, so much action over there. That's where we leave it for this morning. The next update in just over an hour. Here's Zoe with a look at your weather.
Thank you, Tabsy. Well, let's get into your weather for all of our viewers planning outings to the oceans in the next few days. Kindly note that the NSRI local municipalities along the Southern Cape and Eastern Cape coastlines and marine authorities are appealing to bathers, paddlers, surfers, bodyboarders, kiteboarders, etc., to exercise caution due to increased inshore shark activity. Now, yesterday, a large shark was spotted in the breaking surf line at Secrets Beach in Jeffreys Bay, and this is across commercial marine. Surfers cleared the water without incident over the past weeks, and more recently, increased shark activity has been noticed along the Southern Cape coastline from Mossel Bay to Plettenberg Bay, and the Eastern Cape coastline from Storms River and Tsitsikamma to Jeffreys Bay. Now, keeping our eyes away from the oceans and into the skies, we now move on to some sunrise views that we would love to share with you, and thank you for sending them through on the Expresso Facebook page. Nolene Osborne from Durban captured this shot of the blue skies with the sun glowing beginning to in the distance. And then one of our regulars, this is Nancy Govender from Kumars, shared this beautiful one. It's a cloud-filled sky being illuminated perfectly with hues of orange and pink, and it looks like a screensaver. So thank you for that beautiful photo. Let's get into your temperatures for the day. Heading over to Limpopo, if you're in Polokwane, a low of 8 and a high of 26 can be expected. Mpumbela 17, reaching a high of 26. Pretoria sunny, 8 is your low, 24 your high. Johannesburg 7, reaching a high of 21. Mahikeng 6, 26. If you're in Klerksdorp, 6 your low, 24 your high. Kimberley 5, 23. A sunny day for Bloemfontein, a cool 1 for your low and 22 as your high. Rainy conditions in Richards Bay, 17 with a high of 23. Pietermaritzburg, rainy, a low of 10, a high of 21. Durban 17, 23, Mthatha 8 with a high of 21, East London 11 reaching a high of 20. It's sunny in Cradock, 4's your low, 21 your high. Gqeberha, rainy conditions with a low of 11, a high of 19. George 10 reaching a high of 17. Cape Town 12 with a high of 19 for today. Worcester 9, 21, Sutherland 3, 17, and a sunny day in Uppington, a low of 7 and a high of 26 degrees Celsius. If you have a sunrise photo that you'd love to share with us, please head on over to the Expresso Facebook page and post your picture over there. We'll have another update for you after 7.
Thank you, Ms. Zoe Brown. It's going to be a beautiful day wherever you find yourself. That being said, we need to start the show. So, Uncle W, so come in here. I know that we have a lot planned, but of course, we're going to be answering all of your questions with regards to what is happening in the KZN floods right now. It is a natural occurrence, but Matome Kappa is here to answer any of your burning questions. We're also going to be connecting with Kutle in Johannesburg, where Gift of the Givers is going to be doing something extraordinary in the communities, and we're going to find out exactly that. I know you like to start your morning on a good note.
Through, right?
I know.
Of course, the floods are a big focus, and we know that it's been such a huge devastation over in KZN, so that's certainly something to be zoning in on. But in
Banana?
the meantime,
Vanilla?
Banana.
What are you feeling for
Banana.
breakfast? Banana.
You know me and bananas.
Vanilla for me.
That's it.
Let's
We're
get
powering
the day
up.
started.
We'll see you just now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it. Yes, it is your feel-good breakfast show. It's Expresso. We're live here on S3 on a beautiful Thursday morning. But we know that there's been much devastation out in KZN. As if the first flooding incident wasn't enough, the province of KZN has had to battle another spate of heavy rains with severe flooding causing widespread destruction and loss of life once again.
In today's edition of So Now What, we're exploring the lasting impact this devastation has had on our people and also the environment, as well as what our leaders can do to prevent these disasters from claiming so many lives ever again. Now, today we're calling upon the legal guidance of expert in environmental law, attorney at the Centre for Environmental Rights, Matome Kappa. Were you affected by the KZN floods? We'd like to know. Maybe send us through those voice notes to our WhatsApp line. The number is 063-408-8863. Matome, so good to be able to connect with you on such a sad note, unfortunately. But this being said, you know, the KZN disasters has been so sad. It's affected so many people's lives. But within such a short space, this has happened, you know, continuously. What is the cause of these disasters?
Yeah, no, first of all, thank you for having me on the show, and good morning to everyone, yourselves and the viewers out there. I think first of all, I think it's worth mentioning that I know we say like the first incidents of the floods happened in April, but it's also worth noting that there were floods in KZN in 1987, there were floods in 2017, there were floods in 2019, and then now there are floods again.
They're pretty common, right?
Yeah, and the president, when he was speaking to the Chamber of Commerce in Durban in April, he quite came out and frankly said that he does not think that the government was prepared to deal with any incidents of this nature. And we've also had a report from the international panel of climate change, which also directly linked climate change to the cause of these floods. So it's quite clear that these floods, the way that they're happening, their severity and the extent in which they're happening and their frequency that they're going to be happening in is a direct result of climate change. So short answer is the cause of these floods is directly linked to climate change.
The signs are all there, but we know that there's been talks around our underpreparedness as a country as far as, you know, infrastructure is concerned. Where do you think we faltered there?
Yeah, so I think in order to answer the question of where we faltered, I want to quote a friend of mine. He's an environmental activist, one of the long-serving environmental activists in Durban. His name is Bobby Peak. He's also the director of an organization called Groundwork. And what he has said to me is that Durban, KZN had good infrastructure, but over time, the infrastructure was allowed to fall apart because of poor maintenance and so on. And from as early as 1995, environmental activists in the Durban area, talking about like an organization like the South Durban Community Environmental Alliance, they have been asking the city to put in place disaster management plans, disaster preparedness plans, and like to put in place measures to ensure that if we're ever to experience things like these, how are we going to deal with it? And then those calls that they have been making, unfortunately, fell on deaf ears. So
where did we go wrong?
So we're here, I think, because we did not listen. You understand? Because when environmental activists came out and said, this is the trajectory that we're looking at in terms of the severity of the weather conditions that are going to be happening in this area, we need to put measures in place to prepare ourselves for the worst. We did not.
It's a dangerous situation.
Definitely. We get that flood water is quite dangerous, but why is landslides and mudslides also so dangerous?
Yeah, maybe before I answer this question, maybe let me first qualify with, I'm not giving like an expert answer on this because I think you might need like someone like a geologist or an engineer to be give you quite a clear answer. But landslides and mudslides obviously happen. They're triggered by like extreme weather events like earthquake or extreme rainfall, and that's when the base of a slope, the foundation gets lost. And what makes it quite dangerous is the force in which the entire slope is going to come down onto the downhill.
Which is obviously what we've been seeing over the past few months in KZN.
Sure. Okay. So we know that there'll be lots of after effects that will be experienced once the flood waters have gone down. But please do get in touch with us. Send us a WhatsApp voice note and let us know if you are part of the community out in KZN that has been affected by these floods and what you're having to deal with right now. That number is 063-408-8863. We'll see you just now.
Oh, thank you, team. Well, we are going to head on over to Johannesburg, where Kukle Adams is, because Gift of the Givers, they are doing their part from Johannesburg to help those in KZN during this very difficult time.
Good morning to everyone in studio. Good morning to you, South Africa. Gamalam Kukle Adams coming to you live from Johannesburg. This is how any morning should start, okay? Look at how beautiful this sunrise is. Just a stunning landscape of Johannesburg right now. Right, Tapiwa?
Yes.
Beautiful.
One, yeah.
Absolutely stunning. So we're here this morning to talk about something very important. Gift of the Givers is one of the largest disaster response organizations in the continent. They are currently operating in over 40 countries and have been active for almost 3 decades. Now, I have the pleasure of sitting down or actually having a conversation with community liaison officer Tapiwa Marima, who is here to tell us more about the initiatives that are being carried out by Gift of the Givers out here in Johannesburg and what they are doing to help flood victims in KZN. Tapiwa, a very good morning to you. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you. Good morning, Peter. How are you? Good morning to your viewers too.
Very good morning to everyone, right? Please tell us more about the role that you play at Gift of the Givers Johannesburg.
Okay, so basically, my name is Tapiwa Marima. I'm a liaison officer in Johannesburg office. So basically, I'm the one that is responsible for all the assessment that happens. So if there is a shake fire, there's a water disaster, there is a need for a request, or there is anyone who needs shelter, all of that is my responsibility. So I'm the one that goes out and do an assessment. I give a report to the senior management team. Then decisions are going to be made on what kind of interventions are we going to make based on the assessment that I will be doing. So I'm also one that also receives most of the emails that comes with the requests from anyhow, and a lot of community members are also, because of having their our contact details, they also have access to us, where any time they're able to call us and tell us the information of what's happening on the ground. So yeah, that's basically what I do at Gift.
We have seen on many news outlets and on social media some videos of what's happening in KZN. Can you please put that into perspective for us and paint a picture of what is currently happening there?
Yeah, in KZN at this moment, the team is working tirelessly, and the situation has been very, very, very bad. To be honest with you, a lot of homes have been washed away, as you know, roads. It's been so difficult, for people to get water. Can you imagine the life in Joburg where you don't have water for a day? But those guys have not been having water for almost 5 weeks, 4 weeks in a home. You don't understand? And the people have been moved from their homes, going to seek shelter because their homes have been washed away. There's nothing left. You know what I mean? Kids are not able to go to school because there's nothing else to wear. There's no uniforms. There's no books. Everything else has been damaged. Do you understand? So it's been very, very difficult. And I think hope is what people need at this moment. You know what I mean? And it's good that South Africans as a whole, we've been uniting and helping out. Calling out for each other. Prayers has been coming in, and a lot of people have been contacting us and trying to help where they can. So we really are grateful for that, and it helps a lot. And it also gives people also, the kind of hope.
Yes. efforts. I mean, everyone is hands-on currently. The government and insurance companies are also doing their part to try to repair some infrastructure that have been damaged. What are you hoping to do to also help mitigate that situation?
From Gift of the Givers, currently we've been supplying relief aid, mostly, your water, your food. People have been starving, and when people lost their homes, they still need hot meal. We still have to provide with that. We're also working on restoring some infrastructure, initiatives that can repair schools, and also providing stationery, and also helping out. Our medical facilities has been damaged, and we need to work on that. Currently, this team that is also working out to repair some of the bridges we're talking at this moment. They're still on site as we are talking at this current moment.
Wow. I mean, Gift of the Givers is also looking to raise approximately 6.7 million rands. Can you give us an idea of how the funds will be distributed?
So, as I've mentioned you before, we've got there's still a lot of need. So we're talking of schools that really needs, refurbishing. They need to be, always be on par with the kids that can actually go to school. We're looking at water supplies that is needed, especially in Tonget. There's no water supply. So we have to still buy water and take it there, drilling of boreholes, all of that, it costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
So we really need that, and it's going to help us a lot.
You have been doing such incredible work, and I'm pretty sure people at home would love to contribute towards your efforts. What can we do at home as ourselves, in our personal capacities, to contribute to your efforts as Gift of the Givers?
So I think at this current moment, we had a little bit of problem with the water, but now we managed to secure that. Everyone else, they've been playing their part, and if people continue still playing their part, those donations have been coming through, and they should keep on coming. Because no matter how small the person thinks it is, but it has been helpful. So you just have to get hold of us through info at Gift of the Givers. Information will be provided, and also if you want to do some donation, go to donation at Gift of the Givers. You will also be able to do all of that.
Thank you so much, Tapiwa, for joining us this morning on your Feel Good Breakfast show and shedding some light on some of the initiatives that are currently running to help flood victims in KZN. Now, you at home can play your part by donating to Gift of the Givers simply by emailing donations@giftofthegivers.org, right?
Perfect.
Listen, do not go anywhere. Keep it locked right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show, because after the break, we're going to be talking to founder of Hope SA. This is your Feel Good Breakfast show. We'll see you shortly.
Oh, you can make my day.
back to it, your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, live on S3. And now we're continuing our So Now What legal segment with expert in environmental law, Matume Kapa. In case you missed it earlier on, we discussed that devastating effects that we are seeing in climate change, of course, the floods in particular that have hit KZN so hard. Were you affected by those floods? Let us know. 063 408 8863 on WhatsApp using those voice notes. Matume, thanks for staying with us.
But we know that the South African Weather Service is now to increase its level to level 10, a red level 10. What does that mean for us here on the ground and in terms of KZN as well?
Yeah, so the red level 10 is the highest warning level that can be issued by the South African Weather Service. And practically speaking, it means that get out of the area, move to a much safer area. So it just means people must move. But then, practically speaking, for people on the ground, obviously, it's you're asking people who have very limited options to find alternative accommodation or to find alternative spaces to live in. And that is what, it's part of the devastation of these floods is a lot of people have been displaced, a lot of people lost their homes, a lot of people lost their businesses, and so it's quite something quite difficult to deal with.
Yeah, we know that the flood damage obviously has been widespread, but poorer communities are, most affected. What can be done to protect those vulnerable communities?
Yeah, I think for me, I think there should be a lot of investment around replanning the city. And the city of Durban has about 600 informal settlements, and some of those were put in there as temporary accommodation that later on became permanent dwellings. And in terms of planning for a better city, we have an opportunity right now because the president has established the Presidential Climate Commission, which is going all over South Africa, consulting different communities, different places around the just transition and our response to climate change. And that opportunity around engaging on the just transition is a great opportunity for us to be able to say, okay, so now how are we going to plan better? How are we going to ensure that when this thing happens next time, we are ready for it? And that starts with making better decisions. I wanted to share with you, we have the Center for Environmental Rights and our partners, we've developed this Just Transition Open Agenda. It's essentially a booklet just details what a just transition is and what are some of those demands in the just transition. I'll just go through a few of those just transition demands. Is a new energy system. So a new energy system that's not reliant on dirty fossil fuels, no more financing of coal, and decommissioning, rehabilitation and restoration of some of the old power stations. Try finding ways to live with climate impacts. There are lots of these, and we have copies of these on our website, on the Center for Environmental Rights website. You can
Stunning.
also find it on social media, and if people want hard copies like this, you can also get them on demand.
I love that.
We've seen now that gift of the givers, and so many communities are coming together during this time to really help the KZN communities. But does South Africa have a relief fund for situations like this?
So the relief funds are there. But something that has been that has been happening around KZN, and I think the Chief Financial Officer of the municipality has already spoken about this, around people spreading, saying that people can claim directly from the municipality, and that's something that he has come out and called it misinformation.
Okay, so people can't claim for damages and loss. But from municipality.
Yeah, but if you think back to when the floods happened in 1987, there are accounts of people who received compensation from government. So I think government should be compensating people for the losses that they have suffered. But I think if we are going to work towards a more sustainable or a more long-term solution for this type of issues, we should also be looking at the bigger picture. So the bigger picture is communities, people who are going to be affected by climate change coming together and holding government to account. Government has made commitments in terms of the NDC, so that's the nationally determined contribution in terms of the fossil fuels. They are a member of the Paris Agreement.
Yeah.
They have made serious commitments towards reducing and adapting to climate change.
And it's time to act now, right? Matume Kapa, we can go on all day about all of these subjects that really do need our attention, but please do send us those voice notes because we really do want to hear from those who have directly been affected. 063 408 8863.
Thank you, Tabsy. And something else you might want to message your friends and family about is the unbeatable deals. Because let's be honest, we all love it, especially at the end of the month when trying to stretch those randellas. Now, Game knows your pressures. And of course, they are offering a price lock on essential items for the next few months. Now, Tabsy went in store to unlock this amazing offer.
Tell you this, it's not a secret, you already know this. At the end of every month, we're all trying to check our budget and see where we can cut back and save. And South Africans have been under lots of pressure. Game cares about this, they know this, and that's why they've introduced a price lock promise, which is all about giving customers some incredibly amazing deals for a 90-day period from May to July. And so I'm here at the Canal Walk store at Game to find out all about this promise and of course do some shopping. Let's go. Catherine, how's it going?
It's going so good.
Oh, it's so good to
so
see
good.
you. Low price lock.
Low price
90
lock.
days.
Can you believe it?
I mean, are you wanting to just give everything away for free? You know, because you get like a price deal, and then you get like a price lock, and then you get a low price lock, but only at Game. Let's talk about this promotion and why you've done it.
We saw things shifting in the world, and we thought that things would get a little bit tough from an inflation point of view. So our merchants have scoured the earth to get low price locks that last for a very long time, so the customer knows that they can come to Game week in and week out, month in and month out, and they're going to get the basics for low, and they're going to get excellent general merchandise for low. So we're starting with 70 items. We've got the commodities here, your tunas and cornflakes and things for baby and pastas, but we've also got things like gas that South Africans really need with load shedding.
The low price lock, how exactly is it going to work?
The numbers are not going to change, the prices are not going to change. It's always here, long term, at least 90 days.
South African customers are going through everyday stresses around inflation, just like many other customers across the world. And knowing that Game's got our back is all that we need. 90 days of guaranteed low prices, that is really fantastic.
Customers are excited, so there's lots of inquiries around price lock. So I think that customers are going to really identify that Game is cheap across the market, especially in these tough times. So I really think customers are going to be loyal and come back to Game with this long-standing promotion.
Customers need reliability, they need certainty. The fuel price has also gone up, so people want to drive to one destination and get it all.
Well, you know what, Catherine? These low price lock deals are not going to take advantage of themselves. Yes, they're unbeatable today, they're unbeatable tomorrow, but I'm going to take advantage of them today. Thank you.
Get shopping and enjoy. Thank you so much.
The one thing I've totally enjoyed about taking advantage of these deals is knowing that my groceries can be sorted and I can come back again next month to top up and the price will be exactly the same. So I can budget properly for the next 3 months knowing it won't change. I've been thinking about it, and the more I do, it's a no-brainer because the cost of living is high and continues to rise. That means we're all going to have to start thinking more smartly about where and how we're spending our money. So, go out there and take advantage of these everyday low prices at Game. And they're locked, yes, for 90 days, May till July. Thank me later. Okay, thank Game later. Cheers.
How amazing.
So amazing.
90 days price lock promise, which means the prices will not change for 90 days. And it's a big commitment that Game is making, but they're going to stick to it.
And that is a necessary one, especially given everything going on with our economy.
Yeah.
And of course, we want to stretch our rands for as long as possible. Did you enjoy shopping?
I did. I bought so much stuff for my niece. She's going to love me. But listen, go out and shop at your nearest Game. Of course, they are open from 8 o'clock until 5 o'clock Monday, Saturdays, and on public holidays and Sundays, you can catch them up until 2 p.m. So go check them out online and shop. Show us that you have got Game.
What's beta-glucan? Hello, do you know what beta-glucan is? What is beta-glucan? No one knows what beta-glucan is.
Beta-glucan is a natural fiber in jungle oats that helps lower cholesterol and keep hearts well.
Jungle, do life with heart.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh yes, it is your feel-good breakfast show here on S3. What a way to start this Thursday morning. We're of course continuing our So Now What legal segment with expert in environmental law, Matome Kapa. Now, in case you missed it, earlier on we discussed the second spate of floods to hit KZN and also the lasting impact it'll have on the communities affected. Now, were you affected by the KZN floods? We'd like to know. Maybe send us through your voice notes to our WhatsApp line, which is 063-408-8863. Matome is standing by to discuss a way forward for us and for KZN. So thank you so much for staying with us.
And Matome, hopefully this conversation really does spark, the need for focus, not just in KZN, but across the country as well, right? As it stands, sewage pipes out in KZN totally damaged, and we are seeing so much spillage that's going into sort of usable water. Can this be fixed? And how can it be fixed? And what rights do people have in that regard?
Yeah, so very tough question, and let me also just qualify it before I answer as not like specialist in like sewage systems, but due to the floods, what we have had is we had loads of water going into the sewage systems and then clogging it, and as you said. What this is going to cause is going to cause this spilling over into drinking water or people's living spaces. And what that does in terms of people's rights is the Constitution guarantees everyone a right to an environment that is not harmful to their health or well-being. So now, this is not going to be realized if these pipes are not maintained like this. And as I said, it goes back to the issue that I was speaking about earlier. We need to plan the city better. We need to start re-evaluating all these different systems, some of which have fallen apart because of lack of maintenance or poor maintenance. So we just need to start planning our sewage systems better.
So then how do we move forward from this? How does KZN and South Africa as a whole move forward with this in terms of infrastructure so that this doesn't happen again when the next flood hits us?
Yeah, so I think South Africa, if we do not manage or if we do not stick to our climate change commitments, or if we do not adapt, if we do not deal with the climate change impacts, I think we are going to see more and more of these type of extreme weather conditions. Also, I'm glad to be on the show today because there is a very good opportunity or a very good moment that's happening right now is that in February, a climate change bill was tabled in Parliament. The comments, written comments on that bill are due tomorrow. The Center for Environmental Rights and a lot of our partners were going to be submitting written comments on that bill. So while we commend the tabling of the bill itself is not perfect. The bill itself still has a lot of issues within it. Some of those issues include the fact that, for example, the climate action plan that they're using is quite outdated. It's from 2015. Some of the provisions in the bill do not have, there isn't any teeth to the bill, so there isn't enforcement measures on the bill. So what we can do as communities or as people who will be affected is we need to start engaging, one, with the Presidential Climate Commission, also with the climate change bill. And if you need information or if you need to understand the climate change bill better, the Center for Environmental Rights is currently developing and rolling out a number of tools that will ensure that people on the street, anyone can be able to understand this bill, how this bill is going to affect them, and what is it that they can do in order to give their opinions on the bill.
Yes.
So please look out for materials on our website, materials on our social media around this climate change bill.
Matume, you've been so fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. This is Matume Kapa, an attorney at the Center for Environmental Rights. You can visit their website. It's cer.org.za for assistance in terms of matters that have got to do with advocating for environment and environmental subjects and issues faced across the spectrum, not just relating to the floods in KZN. But thank you so much. And our thoughts and prayers certainly do go out to those who have been affected in KZN.
Well, we're certainly putting the spotlight on the KZN floods, and Kushle Adams is in Johannesburg, crossing to us live as she chats to the team from Gift of the Givers and Hope SA Foundation that's also going to provide some relief to the KZN floods.
Thank you so much, Zoe. Welcome back to Johannesburg. Kushle Adams reporting live for duty this side. Now, the Hope SA Foundation is a non-profit organization that seeks to help disaster-affected communities and underdeveloped communities. And right now, I have the pleasure of having a conversation with businesswomen and philanthropists and the founder of Hope SA, Namrita Sivsanka, and she's here to tell us more about the initiatives that they are running as Hope SA in Johannesburg and what they are doing to help communities that are most affected by the KZN floods. Namrita, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Kushle.
Namrita, now you have been described as a leader in your community. You have been giving back to communities for many years. We had a conversation earlier and how you started Hope SA. What motivated you to start the Hope SA Foundation?
Kushle, I think Hope SA Foundation was born a long time ago, back when I was a little girl, finding my purpose in life, thinking that there's no way I'm going to live this life and just breathe air and exist. So for me, it was questioning my purpose, seeing all the poverty around me, seeing all the abuse around me in my own household. And it motivated me to want to do something better, to make a difference, to make the world a better place. So
I absolutely love that. That is truly inspirational. Now, when we focus on KZN and the KZN floods, it has created an even larger economic gap in South Africa with infrastructures being destroyed. What is Hope SA doing or hoping to do to help with that situation?
So from The start of the flooding, we've been on the ground. I think from the very next day we were there because we've had calls from ward councillors, Department of Social Development. We've been so proactive in assisting them with providing relief for the affected communities, people that have been left without homes. We provided your meals, mattresses, blankets, clothing, basic essentials, and most importantly, water. I think the water issue, the water crisis is quite crippling to communities, to the country as a whole. So to date, we've distributed over 100,000 litres of water in Durban, in KZN. We've distributed over 20 tons of food and clothing. And going forward, we want to work more on water solutions and provide more sustainable options and solutions for people regarding water. So our focus is on Jojo tanks and providing boreholes for communities, because schools have now been closed for close to 2 months. So imagine the amount of people or children that are left without education, and the entire community in your household is disrupted.
Yes.
During this time.
It's absolutely heartbreaking to even think about it and to see the images that we see rotating on social media.
Yes.
I mean, you just touched on the supplying sustainable water solutions for the communities.
Yes.
Can you please expand a little bit more about that initiative that you're currently running?
So currently we've had some wonderful sponsors who have assisted us with providing water tanks, and we've distributed to schools and your churches and your community centers. It would assist communities in harvesting rainwater and keeping it for daily use. A longer term option would be your boreholes, but it's a costly process, so a lot of funding is required for that. A borehole costs between 150 to 200,000 rand, depending on the depth that's being drilled. So there's a lot of funding required, and despite all the tragedy in KZN, we've also had some wonderful moments, and can I share this?
Yes, please.
So we've had a company, Krispy Kreme. Everybody knows Krispy Kreme donuts, and over the Easter weekend there was so much of this, sadness all around and stress and so much of chaos. So Krispy Kreme came on board, and we distributed 600 dozens of Krispy Kreme donuts over the Easter weekend, where we were able to share so much of joy to kids and families that have suffered this trauma and this loss of their home and property. So it was a bit of good cheer in that time, so I'm grateful to share that.
To put a smile on the face. Yes. I mean, who doesn't love donuts, right?
Definitely.
I mean, you have chartered flights to send out aids to KZN to help out with the communities. What are some of the challenges that you're faced with regards to distributing aid for the communities?
Some of the huge challenges we face is transportation. An example would be during KZN flooding, there were no vehicles, bakkies, double cabs available to hire. So we had to call on volunteers to assist us with bakkies, to assist us with transporting goods, because we couldn't access communities because of the roads being damaged. So one of the huge challenges we have is transportation. So we do call on people to assist us, companies, corporates, to assist us in any way with transportation, whether sponsoring transport or sponsoring vehicles, because even during the July unrest, transportation was a huge issue. So getting your goods from distribution point to communities, that's a challenge. And because I'm on the ground, I'm able to see firsthand what happens in the communities. And a challenge for me there is, not a lot of recognition is given to the smaller parties or NGOs or community groups that play a part on the ground. And they're all doing their bit. Everybody's doing their bit to make this world a better place.
Everyone is hands-on to ensure that, we are in a better place, as you've just said.
Yes.
What can we do as South Africans to round up, to band up, to help support the efforts that you're putting in disaster-affected communities?
I want to make this, make a point of this, is that when the flooding happened, everybody rallied to help help KZN. And now it's been a few weeks later, we've had another occurrence, but people have forgotten that these people still need to get back to rebuilding their lives and rebuilding their homes. So there was a flurry of assistance, but now it's toned down and people are still struggling. They still, cannot build their homes, so they still need help. The need is huge. We need to go back to helping people rebuild, give them food, give them basic supplies. And while government takes its time, I mean, people are still in need. And, while Hope SA Foundation is aligned with the 17 UN Sustainable Development Goals, we want people to be encouraged to do more. Each one, it takes one person to make a difference. So each one, help one person, can make a huge difference in this world.
I love that. Are there any currently running initiatives in Johannesburg and drop-off points where people can, help?
Sure. In Johannesburg, we feed 400 meals a day from Monday to Friday in about 17 communities on a rotation basis. So we're always looking for people to come on board, assist us, sponsor a meal for the day, sponsor items, even transportation, picking up the meals during the distribution. And we're running the Winter Warm Drive, where we focus on old age homes, the homeless, orphanages, old age homeless. And it's just about giving kindness back, giving hope to people in some little way, whether it's a pair of socks, a beanie, a scarf, a cup of soup. It's some way of giving hope back.
So, it doesn't matter how small, it can make a big difference in someone's life. Namrita, thank you so much for all the efforts that you're putting in to make our nation a better place. And may God continue to bless you guys and your organization. Now, you at home can also assist by simply visiting www.hopesa.org, or if you want more information on drop-off locations or other initiatives running, simply email info@hopesa.org. It has been such a pleasure reporting live from Johannesburg. Adams, and I hope that you guys have a fantastic Klein Vrydag.
Simple as CBD should be.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It is your feel-good breakfast show, and we are live on S3 all the way through till 9 o'clock. It's now that time of the hour for us to quickly catch up with your morning headlines. Here's Jamie Lee Domberg.
Thank you so much, Zoe. Starting on the national front this morning, South African disease experts do not see a need for mass vaccination campaigns globally against monkeypox, or believe that cases will explode in the same way as COVID-19. As of yesterday, South Africa hasn't recorded any confirmed or suspected cases of monkeypox, which is a usually mild viral infection endemic in parts of West and Central Africa. However, health authorities are vigilant after more than 200 suspected and confirmed cases of the virus, the majority in Europe, have been detected in at least 19 countries since early May. Then the Department of Home Affairs is introducing a self-service system for smart IDs, passports and other documentation. Deputy Minister Njabula Nzuza said the system is planned for rollout in the 2022-2023 financial year. He said kiosks would be procured that would allow clients to self-service for passports and smart ID applications, as well as reprint birth, marriage and death certificates. The kiosks will be designed in a manner that will require authentication through biometrics and will be located in strategic areas to allow access even after office hours. Then on to some global news. North Korea fired 3 ballistic missiles early yesterday morning, just a day after US President Joe Biden left the region. Japan confirmed that at least 2 launches occurred yesterday. Now, during his visit to Seoul over the weekend, Biden and his South Korean counterpart Yoon Suk-yeol agreed to hold bigger military drills and deploy more US strategic assets if necessary, and this is to deter North Korea's intensifying weapons tests. Biden said, and I quote, "The United States is prepared for anything North Korea does." Then staying on the international front, Senegal's President and African Union Chairman Macky Sall said yesterday when he visits Russia and Ukraine in the coming weeks, he will push for the unblocking of exports of grains and fertilizer to avoid widespread famine. Now, Sall said Africa is suffering from disruptions in food supply and soaring prices of basic goods and risks disastrous consequences if the situation endures. Now, nearly half of Africa's 54 countries rely on Russia and Ukraine for wheat imports. Russia is also a major supplier of fertilizer to at least 11 countries. Then Cape Nature has launched its newest conservation club, the Cape Nature Cubs Club for Children. The Cape Nature Cubs Club is a digital platform for children between the ages of 4 and 13, where they can learn more about nature and also how to protect it. Cape Nature's CEO, Dr. Razina Omar, said, and I quote, "Cubs Club members are afforded the opportunity to learn more about the environment and also environmental issues, and are provided with an incentive to participate in action projects through the club's quarterly competitions." Now, we hope that young people will become ambassadors for nature in future. Now, on sign-up, children will receive a free welcome pack filled with goodies such as indigenous tree seeds and Cubs Club button badges to kickstart their conservation journey. Cubs Club members will also receive a quarterly online newsletter and a 20% discount on a family holiday at participating Cape Nature reserves for their birthday, which will be valid for 6 months. Now, these terms and conditions do apply. However, parents can also register their children by emailing learning@Cape Nature. That being said, that is where I leave your 7 o'clock news headlines. It's time to have another look at the sports.
Thank you very much, Jamie Lee. A look at your sporting update. Just after 7 o'clock, Roma won their first major European trophy by beating Feyenoord in the inaugural Europa Conference League final in Tirana. Jose Mourinho's first season in charge of the Italians ended with a trophy after Nicolo Zaniolo just down Gianluca Mancini's lofted pass before beating goalkeeper Justin Bijlow with a clever flick. Now, Mourinho, who was managing this entire process, won the Champions League, Europa League, as well as the UEFA Cup, and is the first manager to win all of UEFA's major European trophies. This win also continued the former Chelsea and Man United manager's perfect record in European finals, having now overseen 5 wins in 5 finals. In cricketing news, Rajat Patidar hit a sublime century as Royal Challengers Bangalore beat Lucknow Super Giants by 14 runs in the Italian Premier League eliminator. Patidar struck an unbeaten 112 from just 54 balls to help RCB post 207-4. Super Giants captain KL Rahul made 79 off 58 in reply, but the IPL newcomers could only total 193-6 as Australia fast bowler Josh Hazlewood took 343. RCB face Rajasthan Royals in the second qualifier on Friday to decide who will join Gujarat Titans Titans in Sunday's final. In tennis news, world number 1 and defending champion Novak Djokovic eased into the French Open third round after seeing off Alex Morgan 6-2, 6-3 and 7-6. Djokovic fired 10 aces and 40 winners past his 38th ranked opponent and will next face Aljaz Badin for a place in the last 16. Alexander Zverev overcame a woeful start to reach the third round, saving a match point in a 2-6, 4-6, 6-1 and 6-2, as well as 7-5 victory over up-and-coming Sebastian Baez. Carlos Alcaraz Garcia also struggled in his second run-up match, eventually overcoming Albert Ramos Vinolas 6-1, 6-7, 5-7 and 7-6, as well as 6-4 to seal the deal. There were two major upsets in the women's draw, with the US Open champion Emma Raducanu's fourth seed Maria Sakkari both eliminated. Raducanu lost 3-6, 6-1 and 6-1 to Alexandra Sasnovic, while Sakkari went down 7-6 and 7-6 to Karolina Muchova. Hey, in MotoGP, lots of action there. The Finnish MotoGP scheduled for the July 10th has been cancelled, citing the geopolitical situation in the region as part of the reason. Now, the race was due to be Finland's very first MotoGP in 40 years, and there have been problems in putting the finishing touches to the 4.5-kilometer Kimi Ring track, which is around 100 kilometers northeast of Helsinki and the same distance from the border of Russia. With this year's calendar being reduced to 20 rounds, meaning riders will have a long break between the Dutch MotoGP on the 26th of June and the British MotoGP on the 7th of August. Lots going on always there, but please stick around because the next update will be in just over an hour. Here is Zoe with a look at your weather.
Thank you, Tabiso. Well, let's start off with some interesting environmental news. Nature never ceases to amaze, even in this modern age. At the bottom of a sinkhole of some 200 meters in China lies a green surprise, an ancient forest with trees stretching nearly 40 meters out of its depths. Now, the unusual sinkhole was first discovered by cave explorers in China's southern Shaoxi region, who alerted scientists to their find. Scientists are of the opinion that it has even more secrets to reveal. I wouldn't be surprised to know that there are species found in these caves that have never been reported or described by science until now. That was a quote from senior scientist Shen Lixon. Lixon and his team also encountered undergrowth that reached up to their shoulders. It has 3 caves and a total volume of 5 million cubic meters, meaning it would take water from 2,000 Olympic swimming pools to fill. It's 310 meters long and 155 meters wide, and the 30th sinkhole found in China's Lier County. Now, from that environmental news, we now turn our attention to your sunrise views. Daniel Kutsia from Gqeberha started this morning off with this glorious view overlooking the ocean and, of course, some beautiful sun rays bursting through the cloud cover, and that's reflecting on the water. Then our next one is one that was sent in. It's absolutely spectacular. Thank you for sharing it. Gary Okamp captured this breathtaking sunset from East London, where you can see these beautiful orange hues, also those with a little bit of pink and red lighting up the sky. If you have a beautiful sunrise photo that you'd love to share with us, please do so on the Expresso Facebook page. But let's get into those temperatures for the day. Polokwane, your low is 8, your high 26. A sunny day in Mbombela, 17 with a high of 26. Pretoria, 8-24. Johannesburg, 7-21. Mahikeng, 6 with a high of 26. A sunny day in Klerksdorp, 6 is your low, 24 your high. Kimberley, 5, reaching a high of 23. Sunny in Bloemfontein, 1 is your low, 22 your high. Richards Bay, rainy with a low of 17, a high of 23. Pietermaritzburg, 10-21. Durban, 17-23. Mthatha, 8, reaching a high of 21. East London, your low is 11, your high 20 with some rain. Cradock, 4, reaching a high of 21. A rainy day in Gqeberha, a low of 11, a high of 19. George, 10, reaching a high of 17. Cape Town, 12. 12 with a high of 19. Worcester, partly cloudy, 9's your low, 21 your high. Sutherland, 3, reaching a high of 17. And Uppington, 7 is your low and 26 degrees Celsius. That is your high for today. We'll have a final weather update for you shortly after 8.
Well, just in case your Thursday morning has been a bit slow, we're about to elevate it because Shadley Shooter is here. He's going to be speaking about his brand new show that's on at the Baxter. It's called Oh What a Night, and season 2 is back.
Oh, it's going to be such a vibe. And then we're taking it to the kitchen. One of my favorite chefs, Chef Funi, is here. You're going to see some boboti over here, boboti over there, boboti everywhere with a sprinkling of chakalaka. So we'll see you in a bit.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, everybody. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show here on S3. And I did say we are about to elevate your Thursday because we are certainly so blessed this morning to have this next few guests on the show. It is singer, actor and entertainer Shadley Shooter. He's also participated in many local events and performances, including the Cape Minstrels as well as the Malay Choir. And after the success of his Oh What a Night musical production, he's back on the couch to tell us all about season 2, which is set to hit the Baxter from the 31st of May 2022 to the 4th of June 2022, as well as joining him on the couch is Krista Jonas and Kim Davidson. Hello. Lekker keep it in local today. It's so good to have you guys with us, but I have to start here. We've been doing this check-ins with so many of our artists. How is each and one of you doing mentally? How are you guys doing?
I'm good. I don't know about them, but I'm 100%.
Good.
It's taken a while, but we're good. We're good, yeah.
How are you, Kim? It's your first time here. How are you?
Getting there. It's a whole whirlwind of emotions, but it's also a beautiful experience. So I'm enjoying every moment of it.
I love that, and we are happy that you guys are back on the couch as well. I mean, great stuff. You're back. Season 2, oh, what a night. Tell us all about it. Tell us about this production and getting this show back here for Season 2.
Wow, it's been a journey. I think it's been a journey for me for a very long time. I think I started with this small little concept in a very small little community centre at the Athlone Civic Centre in the year 2009. And it just grew and grew and grew. And it's an amazing, you know, the journey for the Oh What a Night. And the band, some of the band members that started with me in 2009. And today, they're back with this production. But Oh What a Night is about celebrating music, songs, lyrics, and artists of yesteryears. And obviously, we're doing this production at the Baxter Theatre with a twist. Something different to what you saw in Season 1. It will be extremely different. I've got two amazing ladies, young ladies with me, Krista Jonas and Kim Davidson, that's joining me on the stage. And we get to tell stories, you know, stories of the songs of yesteryears. Soos hulle sê wat jy in love geval het met jou eerste burk en jou eerste goose and all that. So it's about those songs, you know, where we celebrate those the music of yesteryears. And, you know, it's all about singing along. And because of obviously the pandemic and the COVID-19, you know, all those negativities, we're bringing positive vibes to you at the Baxter Theatre from the 31st of May till the 4th of June.
Oh, look at the smile on your face. Like you're so passionate about this. Krista, the last time we spoke to you, you put us in our fields. We were crying here. You just got married.
Yeah.
How's married life treating you, girl?
Oh, married life was lekker. If I knew it was this good, I would have got married a long time ago.
Tell us about it. When did you sign up for this? We need to know. With that being said, obviously being part of this lineup with Shadley, with Kim, and the rest of the band, what does it feel like for you to be able to be back on the stage again?
Super amazing. When Shadley called me, I was like, it was a no-brainer. I had to do with him only because of...
But you didn't have a choice.
Okay, I didn't have a choice. But like, working with him is super chilled. Okay, not that chilled. You can be stressful at times. But it's amazing, and it's taking me out of my comfort zone, and that's what I'm loving about this whole production. It's just been taken out of my comfort zone and enjoying it.
Yeah. Kim Davidson, what about you? I mean, you're a fresh face to us. A lot of people don't know you yet. So for many people, this is the first time that we will see you perform. What do you feel like people's going to take away from this Oh What a Night Season 2?
Well, I'm hoping... I'm hoping... Well, the thing is, I kind of see this whole show genuinely being one of the most unique shows, I think, personally, because you will see so many shows being put on and things to I don't know, a lot of people will go on and about like what's been going on, like the pandemic and things like that. But we've got like, I mean, the show is just so unique. Personally, I feel like I was obviously never born in that time, but it kind of like just being in it and singing in it is so surreal to a point where it feels like I've been there, I've walked in their shoes. It's like this whole vibe. So I don't know, it's pretty exciting. I really hope that it's something that people would want more of.
And in terms of your flavor and what are you going to bring to this lineup, what do you think that is?
A lot of, I don't know, a lot of sassiness, stress, grey.
Stress.
But like a lot of spice, for sure. A lot of spice on my side.
And in terms of like planning and preparation for the show, where are you guys at right now? I heard you guys rehearsing now, just a bit of a snippet in the ad break, and you guys sound ready. You sound ready for the Baxter. I don't even think the people are ready.
Yeah, look, we are ready, but we're never ready, you know. But, you know, for me, it's more about, you know, putting the product, or rather, I don't say it's my show, I say it's our show, because it's a collective thing. Without them, the show can't happen. Without me, the show can't happen. But it's all of us putting our heads together in this bowl and making it happen. And I'm asking the audience nicely to stick a show to and come enjoy the show with us at the Baxter Theatre, 31st of May till the 4th of June. And Kim is definitely learning the old songs of back in the day. It's so ask the
soul that we needed in music. You heard them, Mzansi. Stick 8 here on your field breakfast show. They have 3 performances coming your way. Don't go anywhere.
Here's a fact. We all know this one, that local is lekker. And this next recipe is bringing the Cape Malay flavors to life. You're gonna love it.
So, we've had classic fashion from Timby, classic cars, thanks Chad, and we've seen classic hairstyles. And you, Michael? Classic. classic range from Clover. Timeless taste.
Made with love by Clover.
Well, it's all about the classics, and the much-loved classic boboti is a mouth-watering mixture of curried mince with fruity flavors and a creamy gold topping. What's not to love? Come on now. Now, we love celebrating our uniquely South African faves, so today we are combining boboti and, wait for it, chakalaka. Yes, those two flavors coming together in a pretty phyllo parcel, and it's a delicious Mzansi mouthful. And who better to bring this magic and concoction to life than one of my favorites, Chef Funi.
Oh yeah,
Chef Funi, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
It's so good to see you. Thank you so much for bringing this recipe through, because I think that South Africans do like to embrace South African favorites and classics. But seeing that combination of boboti and chakalaka,
with phyllo pastry, oh, something to try, eh?
I mean, something to try for sure. I'll tell you this, I will definitely be trying it. So, let's begin. Let's get down to business.
Okay, very simple and easy. What you do, just have your onion, just saute my onion. After that, I'm gonna just add my spices. So remember, you need curry, you need turmeric.
Yes.
And then also the other thing that people need to add, chutney.
That is chutney, because we do, I mean, of course, you want that sweet and spicy combo.
Okay. And then from there, what I want you to do, you're just gonna make a custard. It's just egg.
Okay.
With the egg, with the milk. From there, we're gonna take the bread. Just soak the bread in milk. And then from there, we keep it aside. We're gonna just add in there, and it's gonna bind everything together. And then bobotiarna is gonna be like a ish something.
Something like a. You know what I love about you? The ability to take even what might seem like the most complicated recipe, and the way you go on about it. I mean, it's like music, honestly. Like you just like, and then you take that, and then harafetsa, we will do that. Then we'll take this, we'll put that there. You make it sound so simple, but we've actually made it quite simple for you at home as well. If you want this recipe, go on to expressoshow.com. You will find it there, as well as all of the ingredients. Not too many ingredients. That's the beauty of a classic. You know?
Classic dish.
Pretty classic.
And then when you're done, you're just gonna need this melted clover butter. Just like that, little bit. And then put it in there. And then from there, the boboti is already done. And then the chakalaka, put it in there. From there, we're gonna just take the bread, put it in there, and then you know what bread does, Mus?
It soaks it all in, right? It soaks it
From
all up.
there, when we talk about culinary terms, you know, we're gonna say, okay, this bread's gonna gelatinize. With gelatinization.
Oh, Funi, come on, take it easy now.
And then it's gonna set.
It's gonna set.
And then give our boboti this texture.
I love it. It's all the culinary terms coming through, but we are making use of our Clover Classic, which is an ideal and, I mean, I think very versatile fat spread that can be used daily for spreading, for cooking, and for baking.
Oh, yes.
And the nice thing is, you know, Funi and I, because we spend so much time with me teaching him how to make certain recipes that he's not familiar with. We're all about the classic dishes, and one of our favorites, you know, our favorite ways to enjoy a classic is, you know, with a slight twist, like with our boboti and chakalaka, which I actually wrote for Chef Funi, this recipe.
We're getting there. Now I'm just sauteing my onion, added the mince, my spices, and then when you're done now, you just take the
just want me painting the
little bit
spread over
and then
our
we're just gonna put it like that. And then...
Why are we doing this? Are we doing it so that it doesn't stick to the pan, I imagine?
Also for it, so that when it, you know, it's pastry, when it now wanna rise, at least the taste gonna give it a little nice... something like that.
So you almost, you do want to make it a nice parcel, right? But you want to have some layers, so you don't want to be stingy. Layers. Have layers to it, so that when the people enjoy your boboti, that crunch shows up.
The crunchiness comes out, you know, the
shows
paste gives it the...
Well, I want... How are we doing there?
You are getting there, we are getting there. Just gonna brown our mince now.
What would you say? Because I mean, I imagine that having made boboti so many times, when yourself a chef.
I mean, how can you stay in Cape Town and not know about boboti?
Exactly, right. But how do you switch it up? Because you know, a classic like boboti, yes, you wanna not complicate it, but you also do want to switch it up whenever you can. Like, what is your go-to sort of way to add one thing that just changes it up sometimes?
You need to stick to the recipe.
Oh, okay.
All right. Don't try to be a little bit clever, because now remember these people, whoever invented boboti,
It was Marianne something. Marianne something.
Egg Vietnamese. Yeah. But now, remember now, the reason why they've got the egg, they've got the bread, the egg, the custard on it, so that it sticks. Some of them, you can even cut it nicely in nice slice because it becomes like a solid.
It's solid, yes, yes.
That's what I'm saying. Now, if you come up with something else, I don't think we can call it bobotu.
No, I mean, we'd have to reinvent the whole thing, right? Okay, so while Chef Funi is going with that, let me tell you this. With Clover Classic, you stand the chance to win your share of R500,000, 500,000 Rand in prizes. Now, this is what you need to do to enter. Buy any Clover Classic custard, dairy snack, feta spread or mayonnaise and WhatsApp the till slip of your purchase to 074-909-0000. You can find T's and C's, which they certainly do apply. Find them on clover.co.za. It's all about the classic, timeless taste. But if you want this recipe, go on to expressoshow.com to get this delectable recipe. And Chef Funi, how are we doing? Are we almost there?
Getting there, getting there. Just few seconds.
So the process would be that we take that and we put it in our filo, just like you've done here. And then what's next?
Chakalaka.
Chakalaka would go over like so, all right? Perfection. And then the egg.
Then your egg.
Our egg would go on. How would you then get the egg onto there?
Bread.
So let's do that. Do it for us very quickly before we go on a recap. So the bread will go in there, soak
just break it. It's already been soaked, and then
already soaked all of that up, and then you throw it on here.
You so perfectly.
There we go.
And then also we're gonna garnish with that, and then a little bit spoon there, and then put it there.
Okay, so this is how it would go.
Put your bay leaves in there.
Flavors. Oh. Well, listen, while we do this and finish up our Boboti and Chakalaka marriage, please, if you missed any of the steps involved here, here's a quick recap for you.
Made with love by Clover.
1 in 2 healthy South African women suffer from iron deficiency. Speak to your healthcare professional about getting tested and treated for iron deficiency. Brought to you by FerryMed.
Your generosity can ignite a love for reading amongst our youth. Share your homegrown story. See Cadbury Story Edition packs. There's a glass and a half in everyone.
Thank you so much for staying with your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso. Now, back in 2013, our next guest, Violet Zitsatsi, saw her first storytelling show and it changed the trajectory of her life as she knew it. And since then, Violet has been telling her stories over here, over there, and everywhere. Now, while not everyone is a storyteller or author by profession, we know that South Africa is a nation of inherent storytellers. We know how to do it. It's in us. It's our thing. It's in our nature, and it's in our history.
Absolutely so true, Uncle Tabsy. Now, this year, Cadbury Dairy Milk is asking us as South Africans to tap into our own imagination and experiences and share our homegrown stories to really help ignite the next generation's love for reading by giving them the opportunity to enjoy stories that truly reflect who we are and who they are, and our stories that reflect the culture and also the context of their lives, stories that showcase what makes them truly South African. Let's find out more about this.
Let's see. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
You are stunning, stunning. Your work is beautiful. We've enjoyed experiencing it all across the years or throughout the years. But we know that storytelling does come naturally to you, and you did so well. What ignited your passion for this?
I watched other people telling stories, and I was in drama school at the moment, was training to become an actress actually, but the love and the passion that they had when they told those stories reminded me of how warm I felt when my grandmother used to tell us stories, when my mother told us stories, and I pursued that instead. Just that inherent ability in South Africans to tell stories felt like it was kind of dying, and I wanted to become a storyteller to kind of reignite that, to inspire people to tell more stories like my grandmother used to do.
Goosebumps.
Yes, and you're inspiring so many of us, and it really is a career for you, but it's not something, you know, everyone feels comfortable doing. When you sit down to start a story, where do you find the inspiration to begin?
South Africa. I tell mostly traditional African stories because the inspiration is all over our world. When we look at Africa, or when we look at the representation of Africa, we see bright, we see bold, we see brave. So when I look at my environment, I'm inspired to tell those stories. And I hope that when people look around themselves, they are inspired themselves to make homegrown stories, because our world is so full of color, it is so full of joy, it is loaded, packed with stories. So that is where I start when I look to tell stories.
And that makes me so happy to hear, Violet, because it's so true. I mean, there are stories everywhere, and every day we have an opportunity or an experience that just kind of like builds a story for us. But you've heard so many stories in your career. You've written so many, you've told so many, you've experienced so many. What's your favorite story that you sort of remember so fondly? Something maybe that you heard as a child even?
Yes, I do. The story of Tselane and Dimu. It is a traditional Tswana story. If you are a Tswana child, or if you are a South African, really, you heard a version of the story at one point. And it's a story about a young girl who is captured by an ogre and makes a mean to survive. When my grandmother used to tell us the story, it's the lightness with which she told it. She abandoned that she's a grandmother, this matriarch, but she got into the world of the story. And to see her become so joyful and so light, singing the Tselane song, being the Dimo, it really just made me see my grandmother in a different light and appreciate her a little bit more, and love stories because they're able to make us jump out of what is our natural character and inhabit this new world where it's playful, it's big, and it's bold.
Okay, Violet, let's do this very quickly, okay? Tselane ngwanaka, Tselane ngwanaka, tla o tseye dijo o je. So the ogre saying to the child, Tselane, come get the food.
That is so beautiful. Look at you. Not only a storyteller, but you're also now a singer. Add that to your bio, Violetzi. But I definitely feel really inspired by your story. Where do I go to start maybe sharing my own homegrown story that is authentic to myself, but also authentic to South Africa?
So I have 3 tips that I can give to the viewers in terms of where they can start to create their own homegrown stories. look around, really, just open your eyes. Sometimes we're so involved in our own world that we don't get to see the beauty that surrounds us, the stories that the world is offering to us. What song are the birds singing? You know, what color is the sun? What's the smell of the flowers? So look around you and tell stories about that. But also practice, tell stories to everyone. When I first started out as a storyteller, I told stories to people in the taxi. I told stories to people in the line. I told stories wherever I could. Tell the story as many times as you can. And then the last tip, the third one, is enjoy yourself. You are telling somebody something that you saw. You know, in isiZulu they say amehlo awaphakelani, so only you have seen what you have seen. Tell that. We want to hear that. We want to see your perspective.
Exciting. Violetti, it has been such an amazing pleasure to be able to connect with you. Keep telling those stories. More people need to hear it. More people need to be inspired by your story, but keep on keeping on. Thank you so much for connecting with us this morning.
Thank you, guys. And I hope South Africans go ahead and tell some homegrown stories. I am looking forward to that.
You know what? I'm so inspired. I know Jamie's inspired. I hope you're inspired to go out there and share an authentic homegrown story and help children fall in love with reading and telling and sharing stories. Look out for the Cadbury Homegrown Story Edition packs in stores for more details on how to finish a story in your own beloved language.
It's that easy. Visit cadbury.co.za and also follow hashtag Cadbury Homegrown Stories and at Cadbury Dairy Milk SA on Facebook or at Cadbury_SA on Twitter and Instagram to find out more. Go write those stories.
Your generosity can ignite a love for reading amongst our youth. Share your homegrown story. See Cadbury Story Edition packs. There's a glass and a half in everyone.
Oh, well, listen, from creating homegrown stories to creating memories that will make a great day and, in fact, a great story for the grandkids. Now, most of us underestimate the amount of energy children call on to keep going throughout the day. At classwork, homework, extramurals, some sport practices, and some must say it's even like, you know, a daily half marathon, which is why it is so important to start the day off with a good breakfast and a glass of Milo.
School shoes on, bag packed, it's go time. For Zita Mlotshwa, this school day is going to be so much more exciting because today his dad, Penson, is heading back to school.
How does it feel being back at school? Nervous, I'm excited, a lot of emotions, so I'm looking forward to it. I loved school. I loved my teachers, I loved my friends, I loved the classroom, I loved the break, I loved everything about my school experience. If you thought you were a busy kid, try a day in the life of this generation. It's an education.
We have huge pressures on us, but there's got to be balance too. Between school, activities, play,
and most important, keeping them energized for all of that every day.
Penson, can you tell us what you could use to make a pattern?
We can use matchsticks.
He's doing good. He's doing nice. I feel like he was struggling with the effort. I was very surprised that he did the jumping jacks.
I don't want to lie, the size, the smallness is overwhelming. The number of times that I'm expected to sit down, get up, sit down, get up, sit down, get up. It's too much.
Head, shoulder, knees and toes, and eyes and ears, mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes.
It's been an hour experiencing. I'm tired. I'm tired. You know, I actually want to go to work. You know, I want to go to work.
What is a spider? Spiders are animals that have 8 legs and 2 body parts.
Sending messages. Many spiders cannot see well, even though they have many eyes or large eyes.
We have
snack time generally at 10:15, and it's been, you know, through our years of experience too, that's the sort of time that we noticed that children took a dip. So that's why we specifically have snack time at that time of day. And you can see already from sort of 9:30, 9:45, they start to ask you, when's snack time, when's snack time? So they're ready for their snack.
Oh, when does this end? The fact that we're only halfway is wow. Wow, I've got newfound respect for these little ones. I had no idea that I'd be this low so early in the day. My understanding is that the energy would only start dropping after school, you know, or close to those afternoon times. But already it's snack time and I'm already finished.
I think my dad is suffering.
You like the fact that I'm suffering?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think Penson did very well today. Keeping up to until break for him was an achievement, because us as adults, we always take breaks in between. But for a boy who was in school, there's no time for that.
I really enjoyed the PE practice. I felt like I was in my element a little bit with the sports that we played, but it is draining. So the little energy that I have ended off and finished at PE. So far it's been busy. It's been very busy. I had no understanding and no idea the amount of energy I needed, and they need to actually go through what seems to be half the day already. So just the experience on alone has opened up my eyes in terms of making sure that even the lunch that we pack him, just making sure he stays hydrated and keeping his energy levels up, because mine are done.
I do have the energy for the whole entire time of school, and sometimes in activities it's hard.
It's very important that parents give their children a very good breakfast in the morning. The day is very busy, and from the morning they get to school, we start off with activities, and they go from one to the next, and they need to have the energy to be able to focus and enjoy each day and, you know, make the most of every opportunity presented to them. So it's really important that they start their day with a great breakfast.
She's Esther Mshlangu. Do you know what year it was? That's for the extra hour slide. Do you remember?
1990?
Very close.
It's 11 out of 10, isn't it? Keep it coming in our side. What do you think, boys? What do you think?
Yes.
Oh my Lord.
I think Dad did very well today. I enjoyed seeing Dad do art. I think my dad did better between me.
I think my favorite part of today was getting to see him the whole day. That was my favorite part. The challenging part was just the activities of the day, you know, going from class to class, just making sure that you're giving 100% in every lesson. Very challenging.
Was a pleasure to have in the classroom today. However, I did notice that he really took strain. You could see that his energy dips happened much earlier than the boys. I think in the first lesson you saw that he had really needed to, you know, something to boost his energy levels.
Sometimes coming from the weekends is just draining for the kids. They overplay, and when you expect them also to be at 100% in terms of energy levels, you're not going to get the same on a Monday.
The respect factor that I have for teachers is through the roof, especially the teachers that teach the younger ones. Just the energy to keep up with them is just amazing. I know a change that I'll make is an earlier bedtime. He'll make sure that he has 2 lunch boxes prepared for him, well balanced, well hydrated the whole day.
My favorite part is that my dad is here.
Oh.
It used to be a case of around the world in 80 days. Now it seems our kids do everything in just one day, then wake up and do it all over again. What an adventure! It's go time, and Nestle Milo at breakfast will ensure their energy goes further.
So that was adorable, but yes, kids have a lot of energy and they need the right fuel to keep going for the whole day. I'm gonna take a sip of this and see if I can get some of that energy.
It's go time with a cup of Nestle Milo at breakfast. Give your kids the energy to go further.
Milo! Milo! Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it. Yes, it is your feel-good breakfast show. It's Expresso. And when it comes to premium quality, that's something that we do like, we appreciate, we stand for here. We say yes to that high technology and sustainable home appliances. That's our thing. And AEG has us covered.
That's right. And we have a front row seat to the Showstopper launch event that revealed new AEG products that forecast what the modern home for 2022 should look like. And we were blown away.
It's exciting.
AEG ensures the country has the latest in premium quality, high technology and sustainable home appliances available. I'm here at the launch event at Aurum Restaurant in Sandton to find out more about how AEG challenges the expected. Michelle, first of all, you are looking absolutely stunning this evening.
Thank you so much.
Can you please tell us more about what Challenge the Expected is all about?
So Challenge the Expected is all about pushing the boundaries. We're all about innovation, the premium design and sustainability. We want to inspire consumers to reimagine their kitchens and what their appliances can actually do within their homes.
And I know that you're also collaborating with Upoiti Tulo. What does that collaboration entail?
For this actual event, actually, we collaborated with her through the invitation because we know that she's all about interior design. So what a better fit, right?
You collaborated on the invite for this launch. What is your connection to the brand?
Yeah, the relationship with AEG started and they decided that maybe I should test the waters for this interior designing journey I want to take with the invite. So that was really cool. Their products are insane and I would like to have everything, but my kitchen can only fit so much.
The best part of the evening for me has been the demonstrations of the products through a performance, which we saw from incredible dancers and a whole show that was put on around it. I found it really beautifully interactive and made it fun to look at something that is usually seen as, you know, could be something that's considered boring, but it was made to be so exciting and people really enjoyed it and I did too.
The Beast is in the building. How do you feel being the first regional ambassador for AEG?
No, it's an amazing honor, to be one of the first regional ambassadors for such a great brand. They represent excellence in everything that they do, and their innovation. And I think for me, it's just been incredible to show another side to myself, spending a whole lot of time in the kitchen. So wonderful to be associated with AEG.
Murray, what type of products does the new range include?
Some of my favorites are the built-in ovens with the integrated steam functions, with the integrated air fryers, and integrated microwave. The built-in cooking range for me is one of our biggest strengths. Innovation, style, and convenience. I think in a nutshell, that's really what we're trying to achieve as a brand in challenging the expected.
The appliances are beautiful, and obviously seeing Beast and Maps and all of the fabulous people in all their glory, that has been a great highlight. Like, I, for one, would like to have that oven that has the air fryer in already, because I make so much food for my child.
I have a fully fledged AEG kitchen, right? I've been working with the brand from 2018, so know from experience. I mean, they elevate the cooking experience.
Okay, I hear that I won 20,000 Rand worth of appliances. I'm still thinking about what I'm gonna choose, but whatever it is, I'm gonna let you in.
How do you think AEG and their appliances continue to challenge the expected?
One, the quality of the product. So longevity over hype. I love how my mom grew up with AEG appliances. I remember having, my mom had a vacuum cleaner at home all these years ago, and the fact that they're still here all these years later clearly means they're doing something right.
What an electrifying evening it has been, celebrating AEG South Africa's launch out at Orem Restaurant in Sandton. Listen, man, AEG definitely challenges the expected with their innovative and modern home appliances that will uplift any home.
Oi, changing things, changing the game in such a big way. AEG, that looked so amazing.
And so stylish. I mean, they really are challenging the unexpected. And wow, that just makes me want to host a party and invite people over.
I know, and get cooking and all of that. Hearing the professional chefs weigh in as well and talk about how the cooking experience is elevated, that's just the stamp of approval we needed. So, AEG, that's the place to be looking at in terms of what's happening in technology in the future.
There we go. Well, we still have a lot coming up on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Should we head on over to the kitchen?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
Why not order from your oven? With precision, raise your standards and make it matter. AEG. Challenge the expected.
We are bringing Kasi magic to you right now. Now, Ken Follett once said, hard work should be rewarded by good food, and I agree. And for today's urban youth, that has never rung more true. Now, with the busy lives the majority lead, there's not much time to spend in the kitchen cooking from scratch, which leaves us looking for hassle-free meal solutions that don't compromise on flavor. Well, Chef Funi is back in the kitchen to show us how to add a quick touch of magic to your favorite dish, and it is smelling so lekker, so lekker. Chef Funi, whenever you come to the kitchen, honestly, it's like, I just want to eat everything. I want to eat anything because you cook with so much flavor, so much magic. What are you making today?
Okay, we're just making the bure, raw, but it's gonna be, let's call it something else.
Bure magic. I feel like everything just needs magic because this is magic. You are creating magic, right? Look at that. We have some buri going on there, nicely grilled, and then we're gonna add some shakalaka.
Okay, what we're gonna do now, just have my onions, just slice them, put onion in there, because you have already said, these people don't have time. Canned tomato, put it in there.
Quick and easy. What are the hassles?
Salt and pepper. And then most people gonna be asking, why is he adding acha? I mean, it's gassy.
Yeah.
We're just gonna add acha in there, all those flavors. Oh God, it's gonna become so cool. You know, and what I'm busy doing is there, just cut your rolls in there.
Okay, I can do that. I can cut your roll for you. You know what? This recipe actually reminds me of like my high school partying days, because we'd always make a burros roll on a Friday night. So when my friends came over and the party was going, we didn't still have time to cook for everyone. So when the house parties were going, we had everyone over there, you know, making the vibes, having the burros ready. So I was always the person on burro duty.
Entertainer.
Believe it or not, I was the entertainer. Yeah. What is your role in all of this? Were you always just like the braai master, making the food? Were you always that person?
You know what I would do? I'll try to make sure, but there was no money then, you know, when I was a student. But I'll make sure that all the flavors, don't compromise in flavors. I don't want to compromise. So let's just make something quick and easy, but delicious. Flavorful. That's what we do.
Also, I feel like this is like the best hangover cure right now. Like the burros roll, the spices, the morning after. So that is what we have there, is a nice little smorkie that we have, whether it be a relish, some people call it a smor. That is what we have there. And then slap chips.
Slap chips.
That is also just
salt, and then if you add your nice sauce on it, oh God.
Which is, of course, our Kasi magic. What do you like? Are you a bit of a spicy person? Look at you looking at the air like this.
I'm trying to
Give me the answers.
The morning after, I think I'm gonna go for the hot and spicy.
Hot and spice. Of course, we're using the Kasi magic sauce. They are convenient. They are quick flavor solutions as well, and brilliant additions to your Kasi weekend favorites. Example, if you wanted a Gatsby to be elevated, the booty roll that we're doing, amagwinya, a kota, whatever you want to, add these. Now, it is available in cheese, cheesy jalapeno, as well as hot and spicy, whichever flavor you're going for. 3 flavorful sauces that add excitement to a meal. Really, it is all about celebrating and sharing with friends. Now, this range of sauces is so versatile. You will use it on almost everything. An egg, you put it on. A kota, you put it on. It is available at retailers nationwide. We are loving this sauce right now. Wait, I'm still busy with my buri over here.
When you're done,
opening it over. Yes.
Looking at it now.
There we go. So we have 3, 1 for me, 1 for you, and whoever's nice to us, okay? Maybe tabiso, if it's good.
Tabiso.
There we go. Your rolls are done, and it's time for us to assemble.
Perfect. Now what we're gonna do, you can decide how you wanna plate it, but I'm gonna start with the meat.
Okay, so I'll put the
meat
nice
in there, and then you can put that. Let's make it so cool, man.
Yeah, so cool.
Oh, yeah.
Our nice, beautiful smorkie is going on over there.
And don't forget slap chips.
No, I will never forget. For this one, maybe let's start with the smor at the bottom.
Okay, and then I'm gonna bring the nice. Oh, let's look at it. This one is so nice, eh?
Smells like a Friday night. It smells like a good time.
Oh,
everybody.
yeah.
There we go. And then let's not forget that slap
And then my favorite sauce, I'm just gonna add in there.
Oh, you're feeling hot and spicy today?
Oh,
I
yeah.
see you. I see you. I think I'm gonna go with the cheesy sauce. So, yeah, the jalapeno and cheese on this one. There we go. And for this one, we'll also use the flavored cheese sauce. Oh, wait, I don't even have a sausage on for this one yet.
Oh, sorry.
There we go. No, not at all. It's working together. We're working together.
Maybe let's combine the two and add another one.
Oh, okay. We mixed
On this
flavors.
one, yes, because it's so versatile, man.
There you have it. Pack on your slap chips, and it is a meal. It is packed with flavor. It is easy, convenient. ExpressoShow.com. You can feed your hustle with the spirit of Kasi flavor. Of course, to get your hands on this delicious recipe, you want to do so. Go onto our website, ExpressoShow.com. Happy eating, everybody. This looks so yummy.
Ngeke bafethu ayikho sauce la. Short proof man. This is the stuff.
Let's go, Bafethu. With Cross and Blackwell's Kasi Magic Sauces. Available in cheese, hot and spicy, and jalapeno and cheese.
Good Breakfast Show, Expresso indeed. We are talking all things fashion, and as we can see, temperatures are becoming more and more chilly in the mornings, and lightweight, comfortable and warm. These are just some of the favorite qualities of a fleece and an understated winter staple. And here to take us through the sporty designs and the fresh colors is our fashion editor, Knox Mafu. How are you?
Good. It's chilly, which, you know, I don't like, but I mean, at least we can look good doing it. But I
love chilly weather because that means we get to dress up and look fabulous.
Yes. And there are so many options.
There are so many options. So let's talk about, you know, what makes a fleece such an easy and essential staple in your house.
Well, I think fleece really just feels good towards the skin, right? And what I love about what Woolworths has done with it, it's made with responsibly sourced cotton. It's a lightweight fabric that's really easy to style up or down, but also the most essential part of it is that comfort is key, right? And I think we've learned from like kind of the home fashion that we had over the last 2 years that comfort is paramount. And if you feel good, you look good. And what I love now is that we've taken inspiration from that, and we really are finding incredible designs, different textures that can make going out so much easier in the colder weathers.
So you say different designs because growing up we had matching fleecies as a family. You know, mom had the same one, me and my sister had the same one. We used to get teased by my one aunt. But now they're coming out with different styles. And I know Woolies is running an amazing promotion on their women's fleece.
Yes, selected women's fleece, you're correct. And the thing is, let's kick off with the matching sets because I think you guys probably gonna need to get some more as a family. But what I love about these that they come in an amazing range of colors, right? All the popular pastels and blues, which are really popular in the winter months. And then, of course, I mean, if you want to get one in more neutral colors, I know grey is an absolute favorite of mine.
And that's such a nice soft grey because sometimes there's something about white on white that just, I know I'm going to sit in something and then the whole thing is dirty.
Yes, but this is a really classic look. So if you want to chill at home and something more comfortable, that's the way to do it. And then, of course, we've got the quarter zip fleece, which is really great, also with a functional pocket there. But if you're a type of person who just likes a classic hoodie, it comes really then with that drawstring detail over here, which, I mean, you could use leggings to wear with that. You could wear that with jeans, and you could even have a polo neck underneath, you know,
and you can make
layering.
And you can make it look chic, you know, wear it with your jeans and some boots, wear it with a heel.
And like, I mean, people don't think you can take fleece to a dress kind of silhouette, but we have this incredible dress here, and I think it gives it kind of that street chic, which you have. So add some high-heeled boots with it. You could even add some sneakers, and here you've got something that's a little bit more edgy. But of course, I always love the waffle fleece. Just feel that texture over there.
Oh, it's soft.
So soft. You can keep, this is for me like kind of your off-duty wardrobe staple.
I was about to ask, is this clothing or pajamas?
No, this is clothing. But I think it gives it that kind of comfort level, you know what I mean? So, I mean, the fact that it can trick you into that is just evidence of how comfortable it is, but it feels really good to the skin.
And it just shows you that our pandemic really has changed the way the fashion industry
100%.
designs their clothing. We now want loungewear. We now want the type of pajamas you can walk into the store with and no one looks at you twice.
Exactly. And the thing is, what I love about these is that they're incredible staples. You can dress them up. You can wear them with your kind of jeans, your more formal pants. It's just about how you style them.
Well, you know, they always say don't judge the clothing based by the hanger.
Yes.
Let's bring out a beautiful model who is also wearing a look that you've styled. Look at Jamie.
So this is a perfect example of how a material can really add the comfort layer, but we've still got an edge to be able to take on the day in a wonderful way. So we've paired the fleece dress, which has got that nice kind of panel detail there at the bottom. And what we've done is we've added just a denim jacket just to give it that cool, and some cute boots just for a little bit of height. But you see how something that's casual and comfortable then becomes ready and chic for a day out.
And a bit of edginess. I love how Jamie is looking. And of course, I naturally get cold, so I would add some stockings to that.
Exactly. You can do that too. So, I mean, it's always about layering. And I think in winter, you often look at your clothes and you want to polarize them. But here are some elements that you'd wear in summer and winter, and you put them together quite beautifully.
It looks amazing. The way fleece used to be back in the day is not the same. They've really stepped up their game. Knox, thank you for joining us. Jamie, you look incredible. Thank you for being our model today.
Always.
And if you at home want to enjoy comfortable warmth in sporty designs and fresh colors, you can get 30% off selected women's fleece, knitwear, sleepwear and slippers, and that promotion runs until the 5th of June. At Woolworths, you can shop it in-store, online and on the Woolies app. What is it time?
pop, 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 julep, pop, 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 julep, pop, 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 pop.
And we're back, elevating the feel-good on this beautiful Thursday morning. Back in studio with the multi-talented Shadley Schroeder. He's a singer, actor, and all-round entertainer. Triple threat, baby, yes. He's got a musical coming to Baxter Theatre. It's titled, Oh, What a Night. And here he is with the band to give us a taste of what we can expect. The song is called I Write the Songs. It's a cover of that very song, and you're going to love it. Do your thing.
I've been alive forever, and I wrote the very first song. I put the words and the melodies together. I am music and I write the song. I write the songs that makes the whole world sing. I write the songs of love and special things. I write the songs that makes the young girls cry. I write the songs, I write the songs. My whole life's deep within you, and I've got my own place in your soul. Now when I look out through your eyes, I'm young again, even though I'm getting old. I write the songs that makes the whole world sing. I write the songs of love and special things. I write the songs that makes the young girls cry. I write the songs, I write the songs. Oh, the music makes you dance and feel the spirit to take the chance. And I wrote some rock and roll so you can move. The music fills the heart, but that's a real fine place to start. It's for me, it's for you, it's for you, it's for me, it's the whole world symphony. Whole world sing. I write the songs of love and special things. I write the songs that makes the young girls cry. I write the songs, I write the songs.
somebody. Shadley, I mean, come on. So early in the morning and those vocal pipes are delivering the things. You are certainly ready for the show that's going to be out at the Baxter Theatre. Go and support the man. But please, let us know what you thought of that performance on our Facebook, Expresso Morning Show, SABC3, with that hashtag Expresso Show. A bit later on, Kim Davidson's going to be stepping on this stage alongside the band as well. It's a musical extravaganza. We'll see you after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, you're still with your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso live on S3. What a way to start your morning because, listen, we're about to take you on an island. Tropica Island of Treasure is celebrating 10 seasons with an all-stars edition, bringing back past celebs, some winners and some favorites. And today we're talking to one of my favorites, TV personality Jonathan Boynton-Lee, who hosted season 7, in fact, of Tropica Island of Treasure along with Mini Lamini.
That's right. Now, he has exchanged his Games Master cap for this time round to be a contestant as he gets ready to take on the All-Stars edition of Tropica Island of Treasure in a bid to win a smooth 1 million rand. Now, he is joining us this morning via video call. Morning, Jonathan.
Morning, guys. How are you?
You know what? We are doing really well, but I think we are just so ready to pick your brain because we are back with season 10, the All-Stars edition. But instead of hosting this time around, you are going to be competing. Do you think your experience as a games master will kind of give you a bit of an upper hand or a bit of a setback in the All-Stars?
I don't think an upper hand because as games master, I didn't get to compete, remember? I got to watch. So I'm actually the only contestant in the All-Star season who hasn't competed in the games yet. So I think that puts me at a disadvantage, right? Because I haven't actually been involved in the games. I've only watched them from a distance and wanted to be involved in the games. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I consider myself the underdog, to be honest with you, this season, because I'm also the oldest contestant. So that's also a thing.
I like
Age
that.
is just a number. You don't look the oldest. Don't worry.
No, not at all. I do like this energy
Zoe,
and this
stop ruining
attitude.
my underdog status from me.
I do like this underdog approach. You say it now, and then when the show goes on, then it's bam, 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 taking things and running. But from the perspective of a past games master, what would you say is, you know, probably the best way to approach one of the island's many challenges as a contestant? I mean, you've sat there and watched them go deep into it.
I think the best thing is to not stress about the game so much. I remember on the island, everybody was like so stressed about what the next game would be, and they would like kind of psych themselves out, and that would affect their performance in the game. So I think you've just got to like not stress too much about it. You have no control over what's going to happen the next day. Just know that there's going to be a bit of a physical challenge, and there's always going to be some kind of a puzzle or a logical game that's going to throw you. So as long as you kind of get your head around that, don't stress too much about it, and just relax and get a good night's sleep. Have a solid breakfast and just take the day as it comes.
See, you're calling yourself the underdog, but I have a feeling he's one of those guys that said, oh, I didn't study hard enough for the test, and then you get an A+.
That's it.
I have a feeling that's you, Jonathan. Now, we want to pick your brain.
No doubt, I'm preparing. There's no doubt about that. Just because I'm the underdog doesn't mean I'm not preparing hard for the island.
And you're going to be preparing extra hard for it. I'm so excited for the season. Now, you haven't been a contestant yet, but you were part of season 7. What were some of your favorite memories? Any friendships that you missed from that season?
Well, I don't miss the friendships because we're still friends. So, you know, Siv and I were very close going into the island. And then Maurice and I formed a very good friendship on the island. We used to actually, after shooting was done, we'd meet at the gym and we'd kind of train together and then have dinner together. And I got close with his partner, Michelle, as well. So, and we've maintained those friendships. But I'm actually quite friendly with everybody on the island this time. So it's going to be interesting kind of competing against friends. It's going to make things very interesting and good fun, because you always want to, you know, you get very competitive with your mates. So it makes great television.
Yeah, but I think it's a fun competitiveness as well, right? And I think whoever gets to pair up with any one of you all-stars certainly is going to have that fun element, that fun factor rubbing off on them. But what would you say, Jonathan? Because yes, you did say that you are the underdog and what. But what is your strategy for walking home a winner on All-Star Season 10? Because I know you do want to win.
Of course I want to win. I bet you there's no one going onto that island that wants to go home first. You know what I mean? But strategy is the same as what I said earlier. Like, you know, I've done 2 reality shows before, and I've found that the best thing you can do is literally just focus on right now in this moment. You can't control what's going to happen. You can't freak yourself out about everybody else and what the challenges are going to be. All you can really do is take it a day at a time. Don't be scared about, oh, no, we're going to go home and, you know, we're going to lose and all of this stuff. You literally just need to take it 1 second at a time and 1 day at a time. And before you know it, you're going to kind of be in the top 5, and then you're going to be like, okay, cool, we've come this far. Now let's carry on focusing on a day at a time. And then you're in top 3, and then that's the way to do it, I think, is to take it 1 day at a time.
Yeah. That is a great strategy. Well, we're going to take it 10 minutes at a time. So, Jonathan, please don't go anywhere. We still want to continue this conversation with you. We want to find out what it is you're looking for in a partner, because this is a team effort.
So if you at home think you've got what it takes to be Jonathan's partner, I mean, you saw the man's a total machine. Any of the All-Star celebs, maybe you want to join them? Well, if so, here's a reminder of how you can join Jonathan and the All-Stars on Season 10.
That's right. Send us your name to our WhatsApp number. That's 082-857-8054. And then follow the link or upload your audition video on social media, tagging @mytropica and using that hashtag Tropica for your chance chance to get a spot on the island.
And all we want to know from you really is you telling us why you should be chosen to compete with one of these all-star celebs. And you stand the chance then to win your share of a smooth 1 million rand.
And we will also be hosting live auditions at these Mr. Price home venues. So this coming weekend, we're heading to KZN, the Pavilion in Durban. That's Friday the 27th, that's tomorrow, to Sunday the 29th of May. And then the following weekend, we will be in Gauteng at Sandton City, Johannesburg, from Friday the 3rd to Sunday the 5th of June. So bring your A game along and claim that smooth 1 million rand.
Yeah, that's right. I'm going to be out in Durban tomorrow at the Pavilion. See you there.
We are back with the best in the All-Star Season 10 of Tropica Island of Treasure. And we're going big!
Just tell us why you should be chosen to compete with one of these all-star celebs and stand a chance to win a smooth 1 million rand. WhatsApp your audition video or upload it on our socials at MyTropica for your chance to get a spot on the island.
So buy a Tropica today, and this could be you. See pack for details.
Tropica, nothing smoother.
Nothing smoother indeed, except this next recipe. Now, when it's time to turn up the music during that study sesh or that daily interlude in between a busy working day, simply all you have to do is grab a Super M to make it all happen. And speaking of turning things up, as we celebrate Mzansi favorites, reimagined milk tart has to be one of Mzansi's most iconic desserts. But have you ever had a milk tart in a milkshake form? Probably not, or better yet, a Super M flavored milk tart. Well, we are about to show you how in our Super M reimagined milk tart challenge, and our presenters are here to take on this challenge. Miss Zoe Brown coming in first. Dun, 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 dun. We also have coming in Tabiso Makubela.
How's it going, ladies?
Are you ready to reimagine this iconic dessert and all these flavors? You are?
I am.
So how the challenge goes down is as follows. The beautiful presenters alongside me, Zoe Brown, Tabiso, each have a set of ingredients in front of them in which they have to recreate their own version of a Super M milk tart in a shake form. And who said that milk tart only has to be vanilla flavored with a hint of cinnamon? Oh no! We are doing it with Super M. You have many more flavors to choose from, like banana and strawberry, to name a few. So presenters, get creative, okay? We want to see that classic but reimagined.
Ooh, okay.
Is it too early to say, my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard and they're like, it'll be better than yours, I can teach you, but I'd have to charge.
Okay. All of that, keep that sass, keep all that spice, because you only have 60 seconds to do so. The clock starts now.
Okay, I'm going to steal this while I'm at it.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm going to go for, so I'm going to do an upside down milk tart. Where?
Why are you doing that?
Debbie, so you do know you only have
Crumbs
60
at the
seconds
top.
and you're looking at the ingredients as if they're going to come speak for you.
Be creative, but you didn't say don't be strategic. I have to think about how it's going to play out. And strategy is my game.
Zoe going in
I'm
there
going
with a
in
nice
for the
little
crumbs.
a biscuit basing, I'm assuming.
For me, one of the most important things about a new age milkshake is that crunchiness. Adding a bite to a milkshake where you otherwise could just be drinking it. Now, you've got that, right? It changes the game completely already.
It sure does. And you put some cinnamon.
What's your favorite color?
Cinnamon.
Which
has
flavor are
gone
you going
in.
for?
I'm going to be going with a few flavors, but I won't tell you because I don't want you stealing ideas.
I'm going to go for different. So I'm going to make a banana flavored milk tart.
So mine, here we go. I've got vanilla at the moment, and then I'm going to mix the vanilla with a little bit of...
You want some of banana? I didn't close the lid
That's
properly.
sweet, Zoe.
with
Zoe's sharing, and you
vanilla.
don't want to share with Zoe.
No. You can share ingredients, but you can't share ideas, baby.
Or the other way around. We share ideas and ingredients.
I feel like this is the longest 60 seconds of life. How many
And then
times do
this
you
is
have
chocolate,
left?
a bit of chocolate, because you don't... When somebody drinks this, I want them to not know exactly what they are drinking. They must just know that it tastes amazing.
Amazing. That's a lot of cinnamon that went into there. Luckily, I don't have to taste this because...
Who is going to taste it, my love?
You must imagine what it tastes like because there is no way.
1.
3, 2, 1, and time is up.
Okay, I made a mess.
Let's put it in front.
Oh, yes.
Tabisa, time is up.
Yes, but I'm putting the straw in.
Okay. Zoe, you
Yes.
look so beautiful.
I did an upside down milk tart because milk tart is, you know, like a yellowy, creamy color, and then the crumb at the base, so it's upside down. Crumbs at the top.
So creative. Look at that. Look at that. Tabiso, take us through your recipe and your...
It's really about keeping it simple, very uncomplicated. It is straightforward. It's a classic. It's that quick on the go. You know, Super M is for people who are like doing the gap fillers. They are running there.
But we had the same 60 seconds.
Yes, but some people use the 60 seconds differently. So this is for someone who's on the go and like is hoing the Super M out of the fridge, takes the biscuits, boo, 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 straw, in, out.
Aesthetically, I would definitely go with Zoe's, but I did see that you used, you know, so many of the Super M flavors.
Yeah.
However, again, I'm so lucky. It's not up to me, it's up to you. So head on over to our socials and let us know how you'll be turning things up with your favorite Super M for that perfect chilling drink. Now remember to tag @SuperM_SA in your comments, as well as tag Expresso as well. We'd like to see who you think took away this challenge.
Let us know
Is it going to be Zoe? Is it going to be Tabiso?
Let us know whose milkshake's going to bring the boys to the yard.
I think that the boys are all going to be a squad there by your house because there'll be plenty of them. I've lost this one.
No. It's a vote. It's a vote. Anything can happen.
Give me 0 mem.
All of Zanzi. It's going to be a hot day in the big city. Super M. Anytime gap filler.
Made with love by Clover. Only you can make my day.
1 in 2 healthy South African women suffer from iron deficiency. Speak to your healthcare professional about getting tested and treated for iron deficiency. Brought to you by FerryMed.
to Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso. Now we are talking Tropica Island of Treasure because it's celebrating its 10th season with an all-stars season, and it's going to be absolutely fire. And they're bringing back some past celebs from the past seasons. Now we are back with Season 7 Games Master and host Jonathan Boyton Lee, who is standing by to give us some tips on how you can enter and be part of that incredible cast or ensemble to join the Season 10 contestants and celebs on the Tropica Island of Treasure.
Jonathan, thanks for staying with us. Now, we know that All Stars is taking Tropica Island of Treasure to the next level, and the partnerships, I think they're definitely going to be the best of the best. But what skills and personality traits are you looking for in your partner to ensure that you go away with that 1 million rand?
First off, I just want to say, Zoe, I really like your milkshake.
Thank you. I win that one.
Sorry,
Who's gonna be a contestant?
this is not how the voting works. You have to vote on Facebook, so you can't vote over a phone call, yeah?
Thank you.
You guys voted well. Both look delicious. But yeah, to answer your question, what am I looking for? So it's funny because whenever someone asks this question and I hear what I say, I'm like, am I looking for a partner on Tropica, or am I actually looking for a wife or a girlfriend? Because it's a similar trait. It's like, because it is the same. I need someone adventurous. I need someone fun-loving. I need someone who's really good at puzzles, because that's a weakness of mine, I think. I mean, I haven't been forced to make puzzles on national television yet, but I imagine I wouldn't be that good. Someone who doesn't mind making a fool of themselves, who's not too self-conscious, because you can't really worry about the cameras and stuff on a show like this. You just have to kind of be locked in and be yourself and have fun and just enjoy every single moment. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for.
You're looking for that partner that will complement you, which is going to be so important given the stress that comes with being in such an environment. Now, this season, the competition seems tougher than ever because they are using past members. I know you said you've got a close friendship with Maurice Page. He is also in the top 10 of the celebs. Tell me, who else have you got your eye on?
Sure, it's the All-Stars. So, like, you can't discount anybody. I'm worried about the ladies. There's some really strong, powerful women in there, like the Kellys and the Roxys, the Sashis, Carleen, all of them. And there's a lot of previous winners in there as well. So there are people who have won before and know how to win this game. So if I had to single people out, I would actually say that we need to worry about the ladies in this show. They are very locked in and very serious, and I think they're going to be the biggest competition.
Yeah, I think having spoken to all of the ladies, in fact, about their involvement with this season, all of them seem feisty and they heat it up. They're ready to go. But now tell me, based on your experience as a games master, what kinds of challenges do you think that you'd need the most help in from your partner? You did mention the puzzles, but what are some of your other weaknesses, Jonathan? I mean,
you have to say it like this, your weaknesses.
Your weaknesses.
My weaknesses are puzzles. Then I'm worried about that, because I'm not stressed about the physical stuff. Like I'm confident with my swimming, and if I have to put my partner on my back and carry them across a beach, I can do that if I need to. As long as they then do the puzzle for me. So, yeah.
So it's all about the puzzles here.
About the puzzles.
Jonathan, we've already been doing auditions. This past weekend, we were in Cape Town. This coming weekend, we are heading to Durban. For those potential contestants that are ready to record their videos or are going to the auditions this coming weekend or next weekend, what are some of your tips you would give them coming from being already on the island and also coming from a TV background? How can you encourage them to really stand out from the crowd?
Look, to be honest with you, from what I've seen, we can get tips from some of these people that are doing the audition, because there's some really, really good auditions that are happening. I've been so impressed. There's so much talent out there. It's crazy. And the thing with this is that you're not auditioning for a TV show per se. It's a reality show. So you got to be yourself. You're not auditioning to be a TV presenter. We want to see you and who you are. So everybody is unique. Everybody is different. And we want to see what makes you different. We want to see what makes you unique. And I see a lot of people kind of focusing on the physicality stuff, like running and jumping and buff gym guys and stuff like that. Remember, the show is not just physical, eh? The show's been won and lost in the more mental stuff, the more mental game. So we want to see that side of you as well. We want to see the intelligence side. And, you know, I want to see someone auditioning doing a puzzle and like, solve a Rubik's Cube in like 5 seconds, and then I'll choose you. I'll choose you if you can solve a Rubik's Cube, not if you can bench press 300 kilograms.
Oh, man, it's going to be a tough one picking the right partner. But listen, whoever gets to team up and pair up with you is going to have a good time, because who wouldn't mind for the duration of your time on the island looking at those blue eyes? I mean, forget everything else. Forget the turquoise waters, just your blue eyes. So if you want to bamba and chill with this big boy, Jonathan, then you know what to do. Go and enter an audition. We will be doing the auditions in Durban tomorrow, and they'll also be in Sandton City the following weekend. This is a reminder how you can also enter and be part of season 10.
Yes, so you mentioned we're going to be all over the place. So to give you specifics, this weekend we'll be at the Pavilion in Durban. That's Friday tomorrow until Sunday the 29th of May. And then next weekend, like Tabiso mentioned, we will be in Johannesburg at Sandton City from the 3rd to Sunday the 5th of June, and this is at Mr. Price Home. So bring your A game along and claim that smooth 1 million rand. And you better hurry up, because the closing date for all auditions are on the 5th of June. So get entering, and if you want to be on Jonathan's team, maybe do a little bit of a puzzle or a little Rubik's Cube there to win his favor.
Thank you so much, Trevor.
We are back with the best of the best in the All-Star Season 10 of Tropica Island of Treasure. And we're going big!
Buy a Tropica, find your code under the cap, and stand a chance to win loads of instant prizes. Plus, if you find the treasure under the cap, you will win one of 10 big prizes. See pack for details. Tropica, nothing smoother.
Tropica is back, but season 2 of the musical Oh What a Night, written and directed by Shadley Schroeder, is headed to the Baxter Theatre from the 31st of May 2022 to the 4th of June. Now, one of the performers you can expect to see on stage is the beautiful Kim Davidson, and here she is to perform a cover from Grease, the movie. Take it away.
There are worse things I could do than go with a boy or two, even though the neighborhood thinks I'm trashy and no good. I suppose that could be true, but there are worse things I could do. I could flirt with all the guys, smile at them and bend my eyes, press against them when we dance, make them think they stand a chance, then refuse to see it through. Now that's a thing I never do. I could stay home every night, wait around for Mr. Right, take cold showers every day, and throw my life away on a dream
the band, everything. Listen, you need to go to the Baxter Theatre. It's going to be taking place. Krista Jonas is also coming up next. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you after this. Girl, you can sing.
It's my feel-good breakfast show. It is your feel-good breakfast show, and we want to look after you throughout the day. And yesterday, Clem, he went to Woolies to shop all of the ingredients for today's recipe. I'm talking about spaghetti and boerewors, bolognese. He bought everything. Let's take a look.
I'm at Woolies Canal Walk to shop for my next recipe, spaghetti bolognese, and to get a few items for home. I've got my daily difference and my basket. Let's go. The first two items on my recipe list are boerewors and pasta, of course. And I'm lucky they both feature on the Woolies W list. That's a basket of selected items available at affordable prices 365 days of the year. Woolies have shopped the country for affordable prices on everyday items and added them to the W list, helping us fill up our trolleys and our baskets. It's easy to find items on the W list. Simply check out your daily difference or look for the orange branding in store. Of course, Woolies has added fresh fruits and vegetables to the W list. So I've got bananas, onions, tomatoes, and lettuce. That means you get Woolies' exceptional quality at everyday prices. Next on the list is toilet paper. but this isn't working. We're gonna need a trolley. The W list isn't just for your everyday ingredients. You'll also find your toiletry essentials on the list as well, which is perfect because I am out of my Pantene shampoo and conditioner. Extra volume, yeah, that's for me. People often ask me, how do I stay cool and fresh in the kitchen? Well, the answer's simple. Deodorant. A lot of deodorant. My weekly shop has just turned into my monthly shop. I've got a few more items to get before we head to the till. Let's go. Thank you. And this is what the W list is all about. 365 days of savings. To get your hands on the list, visit woolies.co.za or your nearest Woolies store.
Well, Chef Clem, I'm surprised you just walked through the biltong and you didn't put any in your trolley.
I know. I'm sorry.
Okay, well,
I'm sorry.
I have a list here.
Okay.
So I hope you got some of my essentials, some bread, toilet paper.
Okay, we got that.
Yeah, roll-on body lotion.
Got that, got that.
Some fresh veggies for salad.
Oh, okay, we do have that, yes.
As well as some spaghetti.
We do have that, and we're going to use it today as well. And that's the amazing thing about the W list. You'll find it in the daily difference, but it's not a promotion. These are new everyday low prices. 365 days of savings, and it's Woolies quality at
excellent
like affordable, lower price. So more reason to cook and create some delicious food.
Okay, well, I'm having a look-see here because we are making a boerewors spaghetti.
And I think it's such a good way to get dinner on the table in record time because boerewors has all the spices in there already. So you don't need to add extra spices to it. Even salt, I feel like it's got enough salt in there already.
It's perfectly cooked.
It is, right. And so you can either take the meat out the casing and use it like a mince, or you can grill it whole, then slice it, but then it becomes sausage food.
Okay.
You know about that?
I know about it.
Any food that you just put sausage in and you cut it up, it becomes sausage food. Whether there's like pumpkin in it, it's still sausage food. If it's over rice, it's still sausage food. If it's in pasta,
you're making it sound like sausage food's a bad thing.
No, it's a good thing.
Okay.
I feel like South Africa was raised on sausage food. Asking the camera guys, you all know sausage food? They're all nodding. They're all nodding. And I think as moms have the most amazing way of taking sausage and just modifying it to a million different dishes. This is a really easy one. I've got some onions going, and that came from the W list. So garlic goes in. I get my onions softened first, and then I go in with the garlic. Tinned tomato paste. I'm obsessed with it lately. I use it in almost everything.
My mom, that is a staple in her house. You can open that cupboard and you're guaranteed to see tomato paste.
And I feel like it just adds so much flavor and depth to any dish that you make in general. So get that in there. And this is a special one. This one is the sofrito one. So it's got carrots, onions, celery in here. So the good stuff. And that's also crime, eh? You don't
waste that. So you take a little bit of hot water from the kettle or cold water, you rinse it out, and then you add it to your dish. Yeah, that's how we do it at home.
You do. Okay, that goes in there. A little bit of oregano just to give it that Italian-ish flavor. Tinned tomatoes.
Why do I think it was oregano?
You know what? It's the same thing.
Do you just call it oregano?
I do call it oregano. Some people call it oregano, and that's fine. Some people call it oreganum. That's also okay.
What is the correct pronunciation?
Yo, don't ask that question because people are always sitting by. It's pronounced like this. We don't want to go to the roti-roti situation all over again, but it doesn't matter. As long as you have it in your food, I think it's okay.
Yes.
Or at home, how do you say it? Do you have a specific way of saying it?
I've never heard of it as oregano.
Okay. No, it doesn't matter. Just put it in your food. Put it in your food.
Delicious.
Okay, so this is going to cook down. It's going to reduce a little bit, and you want to intensify that flavor. Anytime you add tomato paste or tinned tomatoes to food, there might be a slight little bitterness, and that just needs a little bit of sugar.
A little bit of sugar, and not a lot, because I think a lot of people overdo the sugar, and then it becomes a bit of a sweet dish. It's just supposed to balance out the acidity of the tomato.
Exactly. It's just to take the bitterness off. So essentially what I've got here is a smoochie. We're saying it's a bolognese, but it's a smorgy.
It's a smorgy.
So what you're going to do is you're going to just slice up your sausage and pop that in there. The pasta, like I said, we got on the W list as well. So we just cook that, and then we're going to put it together.
Okay.
So are you the type of person that, like, do you dress your noodles, your pasta, put in the bowl? Or how do you do it?
I prefer the pasta at the bottom, the meat or the spaghetti, the bolognese on top, and I like to mix it myself. That's the one thing that sometimes stops me from ordering a spaghetti bolognese at a restaurant, because some of them dress it and mix it, and I feel like you miss out on the flavoring.
Okay.
Whereas I prefer all of the goodness on top of my pasta. Like
So
we're
restaurants
serving
out
it
there,
today.
Restaurants out there, this is how Zoe Brown would like you to prepare the spaghetti bolognese. Show them.
Okay.
Show them. Show
We're
them.
going to start off with some noodles. Our spaghetti.
Nice.
I love it when kids pronounce spaghetti.
How did they pronounce it?
Paschetti.
Paschetti.
Paschetti. And then we are going to go for our bolognese. Look at this. So you just took the sausage out of the casing. It's
You can also take it out the casing. So tell me, what is there a ratio that you prefer? 50% pasta to 50% sauce?
I know, just how hungry I am. I don't know if should there be a ratio?
No, not at all.
Like that? That looks nice on the bowl.
And can I just say, I like the artistic, I like that. The artistic way that the pasta's like hanging over the side of the bowl. I'm gonna open up the Parmesan for you, Salon, and the basil. There you go. Do you want to go?
I love that you made this with boerewors. Okay, a little bit of this.
And I mean, boerewors makes amazing meatballs, makes amazing burger patties, and again, it's because of that seasoning and that fat that's in there.
Yeah, ek kan nie my huismaniere hier kom uithaal nie, because I would add a whole lot more Parmesan.
But just do, make it your own. It's winter. It's like, that's the thing I love about winter, is like we're allowed to just indulge a little bit more than normal. So absolutely do.
Do you think a little bit hotter?
Do you think we do well? Everything on the W list.
This is amazing. Of course, the daily difference. It is affordable prices every single day. The Woolies exceptional quality that you get. This recipe is delicious. We do have it available for you. You can go to woolworths.co.za. Chef Clem, thank you for this.
Thank you.
I take it this is breakfast.
That's your breakfast.
Thank you.
Introducing the Everyday W List. It's everyday value on Woolies' exceptional quality items and your choice of well-known brands every single day. Shop the Everyday W List today.
Are you a newly qualified chef looking to pocket a whopping 15,000 Rand in cash and the title of Excellent Young Chef for 2022? Then listen up and enter now. Entry is easy. Simply follow the Excellent Young Chef competition link on Afternoon Express's Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram pages and upload a video of you sharing your name, a short intro about yourself, when and where you qualified, and your signature Excella dish using Excella Thai long grain rice, sunflower oil, or mayonnaise. Entries close on Friday, the 3rd of June at midday. T's and C's do apply and can be found on afternoonexpress.co.za.
welcome back to it, your feel-good breakfast show. Just a little bit more feel-good coming your way this morning. Oh, what a night. Yes, that's the name of the show. It promises to be the best thing you will have seen so far at the theatre. It's from the 31st of May 2022 to the 4th of June at the Baxter Theatre. Now, it's a show that is filled with old-school melodies, and it will target the heartstrings. You know what I'm talking about? Here is Krista Jones from the musical, who's going to be performing for us just now. But before she does that, a very happy birthday to you, Mark. It's Mark's birthday today. And so, of course, you're going to play this with all of the love, all of the birthday spirit. Yeah. Krista Jonas, do your thing.
What you want, baby, I got. What you need, you know I got it. But all I'm asking is for a little respect. Hey, what you want, baby, I got. And what you need, you know I got it. But all I'm asking is for a little respect when you get home. Hey, baby, when you get home. Yes, sir. I ain't gonna do you wrong while you're gone. I ain't gonna do you wrong, 'cause I don't wanna. But all I'm asking is for a little respect when you get home. Hey, baby, when you get home. Mister, ooh, your kisses sweeter than honey. But guess what? So is my money. But all I want is your loving when you get home. Yeah, when you get home. Yes, sir. Listen, R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Find out what it means to me. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Take care, T-C-B. Oh. Hey, listen, R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Find out what it means to me. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Take care of T-C-B. Oh, respect. Woo. Yeah. Respect.
Yes! Yes!
What a night.
Yes!
Oh, what a voice.
Yes!
Krista Jonas coming to the Baxter soon. Guys, you get to do this all over tomorrow. We love you.
Durban auditions for Tropica tomorrow. We'll see you there.
See you there.
Here's to the sweet taste of time off, celebrating the lust of summer, and to family memories made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.